succeed, though that hasn't stopped you in the past sometimes. But you shall assume that the shipyard is closed right at this moment.
Well, oh, well, I mean, we were talking about all this stuff, but we should go and see, like, if we actually have a ship, right, Brennan?
Yes. I mean, I'm more than excited to see this.
Okay, well, let's go do that.
And
Just
Let's go look
steal
at ship.
one.
Oh, I mean,
as the group is like kind of like starting to shuffle, Braden's gonna go look down at Lupa, and he's gonna notice that she's carrying something in her mouth. He's gonna look down at her and says, What do you got there?"
We'll just offer it in your arms as you open it up. And well, I suppose it's not very much useful after you left this place, but you have a piece of a map of the Garnlock Isle.
Oh, that was a great find. Great job, girl.
oh, what's up, Brennan?
Lupa found a map of Garnox.
Oh, did she take that from the Athothians that we were just talking to? Did she, like, steal it from their camp?
Could they?
Oh, well, I mean, well, you know, if we go back there, that totally keep hold of it, I guess.
I didn't even see her grab it.
Yeah, Nino's kind of interested in going and seeing their stuff, but the way that they said get involved in some of the rituals kind of makes me feel a little, you know.
Or also the fact that they prefer to align with the Fury isn't great.
Yeah, that too, yeah. I mean, I'm glad we left on good terms, but yeah, those guys, a little weird.
Be fair, we haven't really had the best of luck with people who do things like rituals in a cult manner, so I'm just playing it safe.
Well, let's go have a little look-see on Shipsy, and we can figure out plan going from there. Lead the way, Brennan.
What? Come on.
So where exactly are you heading?
To Lavoie.
Okay. Though it is a bit late, you would assume that at least someone is going to be there, or perhaps at least get a little peek at that ship of yours. As you move towards there, and you know that there is a lot of shadow falling from the huge rocks in the Pass of the Dead, you're going to take a couple of rowboats to enter from its side. It's easy to rent those for just a piece of part coin each for the next hours or so to return them. So we're gonna go, and you are then going to first notice that there are some big sails of a ship up ahead. Could be yours, could be not. No, they're definitely yours. You can see the color, that silverish blue shining metallic color of the sea serpent, the scales of it attached on it. This is suddenly coming to life for you as you look at it, and there is something blossoming in the entrance of it. Something like a tree on the top. There are some people there, but they're a bit in a panic. That panic, that yelling will make you come back to reality. You know that there's quite some high tide in the shipyard, and it's flooding intensely. As you can see, some areas that were previously not occupied by water, they are right now suffering in it. Brennan, you are further behind in the little boat, and you just notice the sails of it. That must be yours. But right now, it's not exactly a time to celebrate, as things seem to be going at a mess. As you hear some of the people screaming out loud, "No! Ah, no! Get the ropes! Find Master Lavoie! Find him! He's gonna drown! Sir, I heard I cannot find him. I believe he was sleeping in his little area. What do you mean he was sleeping? He was asleep and now water has gone into there. I'm afraid he might not be fine. Go there! Sir, it's a suicide mission if I go there. It won't be good.
Do you three see anything? Nina can hear a lot of stuff going on. There is a lot more water than there was before.
What's going on?
I don't know. Ugva, Juniper, Tepi, do you see
They're
stuff?
just panicking. I don't know.
Why is there? Is this normal, Brennan? For there to be this much like the path looks like it's flooded, like the whole entrance is like underwater.
I don't know. We have to get in. We won't know until we get in and find out what's happening.
People, maybe we should then. It sounds like they're yelling and shit.
Let's see if we can do anything about it.
As you move further with your ships, you're going to see a tiefling soldier at the edge of the rocks there. He will start yelling with you. Hey, you! Not a good time to be around here!
What's happening?
An unexpected high tide. I don't know why it rose so high, but this whole place is a bit of a mess right now. Just turn away. Not a good place to be. As you can see the rest of them running around.
We're safe. We're in boats. Water is not a problem right now. We're here to see our ship. Are you guys all okay? You're yelling a lot.
Your ship. Suppose that's gonna be the one. Congratulations. As he says in a kind of sarcastic tone, as he right now has more serious matters to attend.
Why are you worried about water? Our ship's okay. It's floating.
We don't worry about your ship. We're worrying about our people here and our stuff and our tools and everything. It's gone like a real mess right now.
Is this not normal? This much water? No.
No, it's not at all normal, you dummy. It's not normal.
Well,
Hey!
tell us what we can do. We'll come help.
Yeah, but we've got buckets somewhere. We could would it help?
I suppose. Move in. Here, we have some buckets. Join us. As he tells towards the robots to come over there.
Why did dude call me a dummy? And
I know.
Really rude. It's really, really rude. I don't.
I was gonna help them, but then they said that. Should I still help them?
I don't know. They're freaking out. They said high tide, or is this flooding? Like those are different, right? High tide and flooding, those are two totally different things.
I don't know.
I'd rather not
Do-
risk it. Risk anything and just get going.
I feel like this wouldn't be so much of a problem if it was high tide. That's just a normal occurrence, right?
Yeah, Nina's gonna yell out to them. You said high tide, but you're stressing out. Do you mean flooding? Is it bad?
Well, it's an unnaturally high tide, and we're flooding because of it. It hasn't happened like such in many years.
Okay, flooding bad. Like, Nina's gonna, like,
Wonder who
scramble
can
out.
do that.
Scramble, but- Oh, good. Wait. Do you mean? You think?
Do you
it-
want some help?
Oh, okay. Well,
Sir, I mean, what can you do? We have some buckets here. He will point you toward this location. But things are more serious with Shipmaster. He must be sleeping somewhere around his den. We cannot find him, and his place is starting to flooding out.
okay. Well,
Oh,
you know, what can you do, Juniper?
And she'll kind of like nervously reach her hands out and kind of squints in the direction of the flooding and cast control water, like forcing the water to push back or redirect away from them.
All right. It's funny that it just says something about an attack roll. And the crisis will slowly, yet a lot faster than it was originally in that scenario, be averted. thanks solely to Juniper, with some other people just starting to understand that their budgets are doing nothing in comparison to what is happening right now. As
Is
you
that-
are going to eventually notice that tide, it's resolving, it's going further away, not having any issues at all.
I guess we just hear like the sounds of the water that was crashing against the rocks and stuff, like just quieten as it rolls back out to sea. And he'd be like, was that you? Did you just do that? Is that you, Juniper? All the water's going.
Yeah, is it okay? Did I do something wrong?
No, you did something right. I mean, not that that's a surprise or it doesn't happen much. You did something really right though. Like that's totally helping. Look, it's going. That's what they wanted.
Oh, that's
it's like
good.
no, it's totally good. It's really good. Like
But boats are supposed to have water, right?
the boats are, but these guys made it sound like they like oh no, I see. Like that's really wet. That whole entranceway is soaked. All the
Oh.
docks are soaked. I'm guessing that's like they said unnaturally high tide, right?
Oh. What would make it unnatural?
Oh well, Locke had a pretty good idea.
Oh.
The shipmaster will then enter the room as the tiefling soldier there will point at you. Ah, he's drenched in water. Yes. It's you. Oh
Are
my
you
god.
alright?
Couldn't believe that I would owe to some people for this, but thank you. The sea that I love seems to have betrayed me. I was asleep in my cabin when this happened, and when I woke up, there was no way out. It had reached me closer to my chest, water, and it was continuing to flood until suddenly it all stopped and the water started surging outside. This little fellow here told me that it was your doing, as she
All
points
right.
at Juniper and says, "Thank you. I really mean it. You saved my life."
Oh, the you're welcome. Ogmar can help you get dry or dry things, I think.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Ogmar will try this guy.
Appreciate it, though. I mean, it's all right. You don't have to. It's just water. It will go away at this stage.
I'm glad I could help you. This doesn't help. This doesn't happen often.
I mean, low tide and high tide occur very often, but not at this extent. This is the first time in that extent.
Mm,
That's so scary.
mm.
One of you said it was unnaturally high, as in, like, it shouldn't get that high, or that it was just surprising. Because, like, that whole entrance over on the right side of this place was totally flooded by the looks of things.
Don't know. It's just like some deity of the waters just wanted to go on a rampage against us.
Any idea why? Like, you said any mean things into the water recently?
No, I did not. I never do. I have always pledged my allegiance to the deities of the seas.
Should we, like, Nina's gonna, like, lean down a little bit to like, whisper to everyone. It's like, should we, like, mention the Sea Fury being an asshole or something? Do you think this guy knows or cares? I kind of feel like this is kind of weird timing, right? We just come back
You
from her
shouldn't.
lair and she's trying to flood our boat.
I don't
Yeah.
think we should
Oh.
panic them. I don't.
She knows this is ours.
Well, I mean, we've told a few people we're getting a ship. We signed some documents. he might have told people.
Why would she want to do that? She doesn't even really know us.
I mean, maybe because we
'Cause
were
we were-
lurking around the lair.
Yeah,
Old
we were
layer.
poking around her shit, and we were intending to go more than speak to her. And if she's as powerful as people fucking say, I'd imagine it's feasible.
And also, if she
Wow.
can look through that guy like we think, then we basically told
Yeah,
her
we
that's
told him the
exactly what
whole
we're doing.
thing. We pretty much
Yeah.
told him
Well-
everything. Yeah. Mm-mm.
But as to your question, Nina, I don't know if validating that she can fuck these guys up even without being on the same island would be good for them.
Mm. Well,
By the way, Brennan, I know this is not exactly the best time, but there she is. Not to 100% complete, but the foundations are very good, and it's just lacking some final details.
Lavo, she's beautiful.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
I'm
Is that a
speechless.
fucking tree?
it looks.
Ooh,
like
a
It-
tree!
It is. That's an idea Jennifer and I concocted together.
I can't believe it worked.
Wow.
I'm very surprised. I'm very happy
like
about it.
it's alive and shit, like dirt and how's that work?
It's the tree is basically part of the ship, and the ship is kind of its own.
Aw.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
like the roots go through the hole and like touch the bottom of the ocean for water,
Yeah, they drink up all
Exactly.
the
And
water
and it like
from the ocean.
walks along
It's
the
really
bottom of the
smart.
ocean, and that's how it's propelled.
Wait, hold on. That's it, Juniper. Can you like use that tree to do the tree
Mhm.
thing?
That was the
The tree.
that was the goal behind it.
Oh
Mhm,
yeah, that was what me and Brennan were talking about. Was like I could go visit him in Millstone when he's out at sea with if there was a tree on the boat, and then if they were ever in danger or anything, we could get him out of there real quick.
Well,
Oh.
but like holy pale maiden. That's kind of fucking red. That's like really cool. That's
Yeah.
really
Isn't
smart.
it?
That's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like free food if you can grow on it.
Yeah. and,
Also,
like,
if we get to that island, like how we're talking, that's how we get back to the fucking ship too.
Yeah.
And like
Wow.
if we ever drink too much and we forget where we left the boat, doesn't matter. We can just go
Step back to it.
it.
Ah,
Seriously, that's like kind of amazing.
this is
Isn't
I
impressive.
mean, obviously it's Juniper, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I
I'm
mean,
in
like,
love
because
with it.
Nina can't do the tree thing, of course. Like, it's all Juniper.
Well, that said, do you want to give it a look on the interior of it?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, totally.
Mm.
Do you
It'd
need
be really
help?
nice.
I mean,
Please.
it's
Isn't it-
rather empty, but I'm sure that you will fill it with all kinds of things that you're gonna like. And don't worry, I'm gonna assist you in that in regards to the costs. You've done a great favor for me today.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, it took a lot of Juniper's energy. Like, if you just look at her eyes, really tired her out. But you're totally welcome.
Anytime you guys need anything.
And I'm gonna pass you to the map so that you can see all parts of it.
Ooh, there's so many floors. Bray, you got a leaking problem back there.
I mean, it's just flooded, but as you will notice, the mast on the front one, is actually the bark of a huge tree that's extending lower and lower till the foundations of the little ship. And obviously, you can sense some magic being around. To be fair, Tabby, you're going to sense that there is something, I would say, fey-like on it. Like it is enhanced. It's not an ordinary tree, obviously.
So we already agreed on the rooms, right? That's this one here is Braynon and Ada's room.
No.
This one's Braynon and Ada. Nina,
Right
I'd
here.
say it's actually a pretty good time to
Yeah.
discuss all this, as I have all the assets to prepare it. I will allow
Nice
you
try.
to make drawings on this map, if you wish, so that you can perhaps say what do I have to build on every little deck of it, details of it
Right.
here. Oh my
Wow.
god, I immediately regret it, I think.
Hey,
I'm
you said
joking.
it.
I bet, yeah.
I'm joking, yeah, go for it. I actually really want to do this the way you want to.
Well, like everything in this group, we'll vote on it. We'll vote on it.
Man, I cannot draw
vote.
right-handed.
I like the picture of a pig someone's drawing. Is that a pig?
Yeah, it's totally big. The only pig Nita knows.
Getting
Yeah.
Kobe vibes off of that.
Okay, if the characters are gonna tour it, and like pick out the rooms, I think we already had a little conversation about this, right? I think if
Oh my
if I'm not
goodness.
mistaken, that was gonna be the Ada Tristan room. That was dining room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't
That was
wasn't
dining room.
dining room?
And then
This was
this
gonna be
is
the
Crew.
crew. Back
And
here
then-
was
The
I think that was like a
kitchen. I think this
yeah,
was
kitchen and table.
Yeah.
I think like back
um,
here, like the back room, like hold on.
This was the
One
pantry.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think pantry, kitchen, and like table, and
Thi-
then
this
up
one-
here was storage.
Well, no, I think this one actually had hammocks in it when we
Did it?
first saw it. Yeah, this one had hammocks. Because
Okay.
that's the one Nina was like, "That's our room. We get the big double door room." What's that? What's this one at the bottom right? What's this one?
What's
Karen
the-
room.
In the
It's the
brig.
brig.
I mean, I guess
Why does every ship we
Oh,
come
I-
across have a leaking problem?
it's the bilge. They're designed to.
Which is yeah, it's supposed to have like a bit of water.
Yeah.
It's not like
Mhm.
always completely dry.
Yeah. Look at the most popular and well-known ship of all time, the Titanic.
So
I
that
had
you
a
can
picture of
get
it
some
as well.
ideas, I'm sending the original one in the Discord channel. That was how it was, but obviously you can reform it in any kind you wish. Anyway,
All right. Should we do this in character? Should we do this in character, guys?
We need
I
some
believe it.
Let's
skeletons.
do it. Let's torture BG.
Okay. So like, I guess we get onto the ship, right? We get onto the deck. I love how can you draw something that looks like a thing cat? With like I can't draw a fucking square, let alone an actual thing that looks like something. Oh, this is the tree. That's the cool looking tree. That's pretty big. Do we have to like
Yeah.
feed it or anything, Brandon?
No, it'll take care of itself.
It'll take care of itself. Okay, who prunes it?
I will.
You prune it? Okay, Brandon pruner. Okay, write that down, Ogvar. Brandon prunes tree. Okay, well, that's the wheel. That's yours, I guess, Brandon and Ada. Ada's not here, but you know, she just. Yeah. Should we go downstairs? Should we start picking rooms?
Why? I'm going to go find the captain's quarters.
Well, no, you'll go and find it. You know, we'll do it all together, right? This is your ship, Brennan, your captain. But you know, it's you know, some of our money. So I think you know, we should all do it together.
Fair
we should,
enough.
we should. I want to be there when you first lay eyes on your room, Brennan. You know, we should. I want to bask in everybody's smiles when they see what this place looks like.
Yeah.
Let's go downstairs. Let's go look for your room, Brennan.
Remind me, Nina, did we manage to save the hammock for this?
To
The one that you
Oh.
got me?
well, it didn't. We got some stuff out of the ship, right?
Mhm.
No,
It's
I grabbed it off the ship.
Oh,
The
you
the big
grabbed it.
hammock you got me.
Yeah, the big hammock.
Of
the big
course,
hammock
I
with the
keep that
little
thing.
engraving. Yeah, that's nice.
I
That's
I
real nice.
I keep it. It was one of the first things I grabbed off the ship. I wasn't gonna let that go.
It was
Good.
the first thing was the hammock, and then the second thing was Lupa, right?
That's exactly in that order, but yes.
Okay, well, I think it was. Let's go find your room. Let's go find your room. And Neil like is gonna run towards the deck stairs, I guess, and like jog downstairs.
Is this oh shit, sorry. This series of rooms, it's right under this deck, right? So it's just like going through the doors here.
Oh wait,
Under-
yeah. So never mind. Nina like comes back up the stairs saying, "I can't figure out how to get like across the way. Is it back there? Is it the door back here? Is that your is that like captain room?"
I believe so.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
the second one is actually the same level, just below the wheel and stuff like that.
Okay, so what this? I guess we get into this room. What's the ladder for Brennan over there? It's like weird,
It,
right?
it'll
think
it'll
that-
bring us down.
I think a ladder is to go up and down different layers.
I know that, but like it's weird that what's it for?
It's to
Like,
get
I
up
think
and
this
down
will- I
different
think-
layers.
Okay, sure.
I think it's for well, as Toppy said, to get down to the kitchen.
So that means this is dining room, right? This is where we eat food.
Right. But imagine
Okay,
a
well
big space for the whole crew to eat together.
that's good. That's cool. In that case, we should yes. So shipmaster, this is going to be dining room. Just so you know.
Like you are writing car room and stuff like that. For sure, go right at this as well. Food. Okay, that makes sense.
And what's this room? You know, like
See
a
the doors. This is where my room will be.
your room. This is pretty big. Do you not think this is too big for you? You like sleeping in the outdoors, right? Do you not want to put the hammock on the tree?
Only for when I'm on my down days, but here as well, I'll sleep.
No.
Just so you know, Lava will offer to say that if you want more walls and doors so that we further make more rooms, smaller ones, that can also be done if you want.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know, the place and location of the staircases and the already existing doors, it cannot change. But we can add more walls and doors if you wish.
It's pretty cool. It's good. It's nice that you're willing to accommodate. Okay, well, Brennan, I mean, you know, that's fine if you want this place. You know, you are the captain, you do have Ada, so that's fine. It's good.
Shall we go
You-
find
you-
your
you-
room?
You picked well. Well, I mean, sure, we'll just pick the rooms when we get to them, right? Like there was one down the bottom of the stairs, like halfway down. There was a little room. I don't know what that's for, but we can see. Do you want to go check that out?
Yeah. But first, I want to see the other side of the ship. There's a whole series of. I think there's rooms we can check back there first.
Yeah, totally. That's the ones I'm talking about. And like Nina will like run back to the staircase and hop down and come down to here. There's a little room here. It looks like. Honestly, it's kind of small for me and Locke. I feel. What do you think, Locke?
A bit.
Just a bit, just a tiny bit.
Well, it's, for the, very pious individuals that we are, it's not only going to be a sleeping quarters, it's also going to be our prayer and meditation chamber, right? So
Yeah, totally.
I think a bit of extra room is kind of incumbent on the, holy practices we're going to be undergoing while we're underway.
Absolutely. And on top of that, I kind of feel because it's in the middle of the ship and the stairs are right here going down, maybe it would be kind of loud for us too.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never seen you do holy practices. That is interesting.
That's because Nina's the societies are a little different. It's more about enjoying and indulging than it is about, saying stuff and waving burning sage around. That stuff's a little lame. I mean, it's not lame. Like, if that's what you're into, that's fine. But
Oh.
that's not what Nina does.
Are you? Oh, do you worship any of the Archfey?
Nope. None of those. It's not like, just one thing. It's a whole let's say set of ideals. But that's for something else. That's for another time. Who wants this room? Teppy? I'm getting a feeling that this is like a one-person room. Would this be okay with you?
Yeah, well, I mean, usually I sleep with Amicus and my servants, so I would need a little bit more room at least.
Okay, well we can figure that out then. We can figure that out. Let's go downstairs. We'll just put a question mark here for now. Go downstairs into the main hall. Be like, this is huge. Look at this. Are you sure you don't want this to be your room, Brandon?
No, this is where the crew will sleep.
Okay, well, that's pretty okay. Yeah, sure, totally, that makes sense. The crew needs to sleep somewhere. Okay, and up here, and when Nina comes up here, she like looks around and says, okay, well, Juniper, Ogvar, you guys need a room. Nina, Locke also need a room. What if we put like a wall here? What if we like separated this so we could be like neighbors? Like just made a wall like here, and then we'd have two rooms, right? Side by
Yeah.
side.
That's
No.
true.
Because Juniper is my sister, so it makes sense that we'd be close, and so we can talk and stuff.
Aw.
And right outside would be the crew, so if you had any crew friends or wanted to like,
Kind of like through the wall, right? Like, there's not gonna be like a window.
I mean, we could put a window if you wanted.
No, that's exactly what I don't want.
We could have a hatch. We could have a hatch, right? Shipbuilder, we could shipmaster. We could have a hatch in a wall if we put it here. so
That
we
locks
could
from
have-
like both
Aw.
sides.
so that it that locks on one side, and like we could, open it and talk to each other through it, right?
Aw.
Um,
I mean, I like most of that idea.
you like it? Do you like it, Juniper? Like if we had the little
I-
window and we could
Well,
open it, and we could put stools there, and we could like have our breakfast looking at each other.
Aw, that is so cute.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
we already be
It
doing
does,
that
right?
in the dining hall?
And I just think it would be really adorable. What about you, Locke?
No, I think it sounds good. I mean, we got the door on each side for it, so it's kind of already built itself there.
Yeah. We got the two doors. Wow.
Yeah, why is there two doors?
This would be dreamy.
There's two doors there for this wall.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. It's good. Okay. Nina is
You're
just
so smart.
you could have a little. We have a wall with a hedge, and we can talk to each other when we want.
Very,
and
very heavy hatch.
Yeah, just like a normal sized hedge for us. Okay, that's great. Um, okay.
We can put the
let's go-
kitchen back here.
Good idea. It's a good idea. Oh, look, we'd have the kitchen so close. It would be like just right. It would be,
Oh.
and if we have like a, chips have cooks, right? Don't they, Brennan?
Hopefully,
And barkeeps.
Do we have?
if I hire the right one.
We have
Okay.
Conviva.
Okay.
It's a good answer.
Well, This is great. This is looking amazing. So, we have
On the
all
punchery
our
back here.
amazing. Good. This is totally 100%. That's good. That's good. That's good. It's good.
If that's gonna be our room, then we need like a little built-in shelf for books for Ogvar.
Sure. I mean, totally. I think that's easy, right? You just have to make sure they're
Hopefully
all
not.
tied down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hopefully, it's like we don't have our books always on this boat.
No, but your traveling books, like your spell book.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Or
that
our
was very
special
presumptuous
book.
of me. Mm.
Well, I'm just writing this. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Did
Um,
but just leaves the bottom floor, right? It. I mean, there's a lot of space down here, but I'm guessing this is gonna be like barrels and
Could be
stuff.
Bob's storage.
Oh,
Right
box
here.
storage.
Yeah, right in the weird cagey thing.
Did
Well,
make sense.
one thing that we need to install, and I'm gonna ask Lavoie for more walls, is but we need a head.
Huh?
Uh,
You know what?
a bathroom.
Oh,
Oh.
Why'd you call it a head?
I don't know. It's just what we call it. Let's say.
side check.
Okay. How about we have, where could we have that?
Right here.
You think at the bottom?
I think that's
the bottom.
I think that's in the original plan. They were by the food hall on the top deck.
Ew.
Oh, is that what those are? Oh,
Well, that's a good idea.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay. That's actually, yeah. I actually didn't see those.
He thinks to freshen it up, I guess, but yeah.
It would be weird going past the jail to get a bath. So, funny but weird. But if they're up there, that's great.
Or
Well, that's cool.
perhaps the room above Juniper and you?
Well, that's maybe that could be Bob room. I don't know. Or we could have another one built out with the crew. Like
It's
what?
probably best to put the bobs down where there's probably more water, because they can go and get wet.
What if we had like the Bobs down with the crew? That'd be weird.
That'd
If we
probably
put
be
them in
weird
like a
for
little
them.
room down here. Okay, well, well, this
Well,
is a good.
Ray
this is a
wants to
good-
make it a.
Go ahead,
I was
sorry.
just- I was just gonna say, if Ray's gonna make this into like one of those trading companies, you probably want places for all the stuff that you're gonna take back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be the lower deck. I'll just
The
be
lower
storage.
deck.
That's what this big grate is for, I think. Juniper. Like, I think it
Oh.
opens so they can put things all the way at the bottom and then drag them off.
Mm-hmm.
So is the down floor just gonna be a mixture of
Crates
wares
and
and
bobs.
goods and then people? Or just bobs?
Well, the Bobs
Most-
can keep the crate safe, right?
Exactly.
That's true.
It'll be Bob's, but I'd rather not keep people down there. I'd rather keep people on the lower deck.
Yeah, that's the plan, right?
I bet you could hire a Valus to stay with you, or like to guide the ship with you. You'd have a built-in druid who can use your tree and manage the bobs.
That's a great idea.
Or you could like hire an intern and just be like, hey, you need to just check on the crates every now and again. And you know, maybe occasionally they just get real freaked out by the bobs, and you can laugh at them from on top.
Something tells me that I would be hiring a lot of them if that was the case.
Well, no, not they. You know, they'd be chained up. They wouldn't be eating anyone, right?
Why would
They're
you
like
chain up the
totally
intern?
trained.
Why
No,
would
the
you?
bobs. You chain up the bobs so that I mean, maybe not chain them up, but I don't know. Juniper is chaining the bobs up. Is that a nice thing? Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
It's okay. It's
It's
not
okay.
necessary, but it's okay.
No. Sure.
You never know.
Okay. Well, okay. Well,
Oh,
Tetsu,
actually,
you need to figure out a place where you want a room on here for you and your people. There is a ton of. We could make some walls down the bottom of the ship, but it's a little watery, in the middle bit. The crew place, you could put some walls there. Totally up to you.
Where's the dining hall? Is it off the kitchen?
It's above the kitchen.
I'm actually,
It's where it's
it's,
food.
Oh,
I'm debating. Actually, I might have to change the where we put the table for eating.
Really?
Well, I'm just thinking. I need a navigation area. I need an office, and outside
Isn't
my
that it-
quarters
is-
would be the best space.
Oh, what if you put that over here? If you did, you did your navigating.
It's easier if it's closer to my. It's easier if it's closer to my quarters. I can work on it instead of
Can't you
walking back and
navigate in
forth.
your quarters?
I need
I'm-
space for tables and maps and charts.
Okay, well, what about if you made like a wall outside, a little navigation room wall?
That could work.
You could have two, you could have like two doors going into and out of it. Cause bam. Who drew those beds, by the way? That is a huge bed, right?
There's
I
so
did.
much space in the captain's
It's not like a
quarters.
massive bed. That's like a 15-foot tall bed.
And yet there's still like a mile of captain quarters.
Well, it's totally up to you, Brian. Your ship.
Well, I just need a lot of workspace, so as long as I can fit that, then I don't see why we can't put the table in here to eat. It'd make it easier for between the kitchen and.
Well, you put down what tell shipmaster what you want. Out here is tables out here. Maybe not a good idea.
Just
It's
to
not on the
note,
deck.
in this area, this is
That's just straight up
above
deck.
the ship. Yeah, this is the top deck.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not disallow you. to
These
have
two
them,
areas
but
are the
it's very
same thing.
practical. Yep.
just nail it down. No one's going over, guys.
Well,
Can't wait to see people running in line and tripping over chairs.
Oh
As
my
far-
god, here.
As far as
Nice.
this boat tour goes, Nina is happy with what she's decided. She's found her room, and Juniper's room, so that's all I really care about. Everything else, up to you, Brayden.
I mean, why do we need like a dining hall? Can't they just hold the plate or the bowl?
Don't be ridiculous, Akbar. Nina is not eating her food out of her hands.
I mean, you
I mean,
could
she
just put
will
a
every now and
table in
again.
your room.
Well, no, there will be, but for the times where we eat together, which will be like all the time, then I would prefer to like
For
put it,
morale.
something. Yeah, totally. Like, imagine eating all your meals without Nina present, Akbar. How sad would that be?
Mhm.
I could just stand.
Well, not all of us are built the way you are, Akbar, and don't take enjoyment in anything at all. So,
Yeah, he's got like a good
some of
foot
us
and a
will-
half on you.
some of us need tables and chairs just to be comfy. So yeah, what do you feeling, Brennan? Anything else? Any other changes?
I'm just.
Should really nail them down.
I'm sorry. I'm just so happy I have this ship.
Well, you should be, but you know.
At the moment, I don't know what else we would need. We have all the essentials.
Okay, well, great. Bam, done. And can you guys think of anything else? Luck, any other ideas?
I want a window and a plant and a little bookshelf.
An anchor.
An anchor? You
Does
already
it
have
come with an
Juniper.
anchor,
Yeah.
or
That's what will be settled on the outside of the ship.
Okay,
does
great.
the ship like come with an anchor? Is that like a buy one get one free sort of thing, or is it like a package deal, or do we have to buy an anchor on the side, Brandon?
I'd say it's a
it
package
comes with the
deal.
ships. But after that, if we ever need a new one, I would have to buy the individual anchor.
Do you have to get new anchors often?
I hope not. It's happened maybe once in my life where we needed to cut the anchor, but that was for an extreme measure.
Well, okay. Anchor aside, should we get back on top, up top, or you know, you want to stand around looking at rooms still?
No.
It's so pretty.
It is. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
it's-
It'll look nicer when it's all done up, though.
I'm sure they
It's
will.
It's nice as ship as it is. We have shit to do, and let's hope that this sticks around after our little excursion.
Nothing else, Brandon?
No. You don't think we would need an armory, right?
What about special sales? Oh, an
Well,
armory. What's
I think
that?
I think everybody that wants a weapon will have a weapon, Brandon. They're personal things, you know.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Okay.
I think this would be an open carry ship.
Although yeah,
Or
and
do you mean like a puckle gun or like a cannon? Is that what you're talking about?
What if we
no,
grow
just like
flowers
somewhat,
everywhere?
just in case something like the sailors then want to have our weapons on them at all times. Like just
We can
somewhere
cover
to
the
store
whole
them.
ship in mushrooms.
That's yes, you can.
Yeah.
and we'd be able to use those against pirates, Juniper.
Yeah, we could squeeze them so the spores come out.
And do what?
Make a spory fog.
Which does.
Remember
what?
those Remember those screaming mushrooms in the Underdark?
Oh
so
yeah,
just fill the ship with those.
Mm,
Nina
no,
it's so
votes,
cool.
Nina
no.
votes no to the screening mushrooms that hurt her ears.
And glowing mushrooms, those bioluminescent ones, so you don't ever
Those
catch
ones
anything on
instead.
fire.
Those ones are good. Okay, well, you know, we could
Just-
think about how we're going to defend the ship.
We can
after
cover
it's
the
all-
whole floors in moss, so it absorbs all the water that comes in.
Wouldn't that get slippery?
Never.
You say never. Is that based on hope or real thing?
I just want moss.
You just want moss. Well, you could fill your whole room with moss. So long as
think
it
that's a
didn't
plan.
spill
He did,
you know, Locke
look.
and Nina's room.
She just points to a moss-covered room.
Juniper?
You did not give it any time, did you?
No.
Juniper, I'm going to ask you to not put
Ah.
moss in the rest of the ship. I do not have feet.
What? Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. Well,
Isn't moss better for your hooves?
yeah, it's softer.
It's softer.
Gentler.
Grippy.
Doesn't
And it'll clean them so squeaky. Yeah,
Well-
Not really.
it'll smell so fresh.
Well, it's Brandon's final choice as to whether the whole ship gets covered in moss or anything. So we can, talk about that later. Once all the furniture's in, and if there's carpet, that can't get mossy, otherwise it ruins it. So,
And mushrooms are edible.
It depends
you
on
get-
the
Eat them.
mushroom.
well,
They can.
ne-
They're healthy. They can heal you. And they can defend you. And they can warn you. And they can hurt your enemies.
and if people start eating them, it might go really badly for the ship. So maybe,
That won't happen.
maybe-
That
well,
wouldn't
no,
be
you-
bad.
Well,
No, only have the fun ones grown in my room.
Of course. I can give you the ones from that last time at the inn. That gave you unlock.
That was a very fun night.
Yeah.
Wait,
magical
you fin-
knife.
Wait, you two had magic mushrooms and you didn't invite me?
Well,
Oh, mushrooms are magic, silly.
you weren't around back then, Peppy.
Ah, okay. Can I get some
It
magic
was a-
mushrooms tonight, Juniper?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, you should add some personality to it because it's yours, Bray. So you should make it. I mean, it's gonna represent Millstone, so you should make it, Millstone-ish.
I'll definitely take on some of the moss and some of your
Mushrooms?
plants. We'll take some creative freedom, you and I will make this a proper living, a proper ship of dedicated to nature.
It'll be awesome.
I think so too.
We've
I'm
got
sorry. I
plenty of
can't stop staring everywhere. I can't believe this is happening. I don't know.
Yeah.
Be damned. As long as I have
Got
the
you on
ship,
boat.
we can make Millstone a real future for Millstone with this.
Yeah, you're just looking at your future.
Thank you for helping me get here.
Well,
All
you
of you.
are
Here.
very welcome, Brennan.
Yeah.
And thank you for letting us come as well. So,
But now that we've seen the ship, I'm afraid the next thing that we have to take care of is this Fury. I don't know if we should waste any time before going to deal with her.
I agree. You guys
Well-
said that you were talking to somebody, or she'd like know where we were, so she'd see all this stuff.
the black guy, the man with the black eye is Brennan's old crewmate. Remember, he was like, "Hey, stop saying stuff at me," and it took us. Well, Nina didn't catch on. Agvar brought up that maybe he's got like hag eyes or something, and by that
Oh.
point we'd already like told him that we were going to go and kill Sea Fury. So,
No.
yeah.
Well. So.
She, she she has an inkling that there are people after her, and I'm guessing, well, she's probably the reason why this whole place flooded. So,
You would think that she would just come for us, since she would have the advantage in that situation.
well, I think she
She'd
wants
know what
us-
we're doing.
I
She
thought-
wants to stay in her lair, right, with her army and shit. So,
Which
Yes,
Oh, I
sir.
guess so.
Especially since there is basically an army here which opposes her in this city.
Mm.
Well, if she's anything like my mother, then she probably doesn't see anyone as an obstacle, only an opportunity. She's trying to make an army, right? That's what they said.
Uh-huh.
I believe so, yes.
Already has a small army of undead, as far as we
Isn't
know.
it kind of hard and to just do it from your bed when you could go out and just take something that's already easy? Like, she could just wipe everyone out here with a flood, I guess. Seeing how everyone was really distraught.
Maybe she doesn't want to piss off all the pirates. Kept all, because I mean the pirate lords are apparently pretty tough, and maybe she just doesn't want them all on her hands, because it'd be hard.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like that
It's
would
probably
be
just-
easy.
It's probably just as easy for her for foolhardy adventurers to go to her island.
I don't know. She sounded like, from what the hag had said, or the other ones had said, that she was very what's the word? Like Nina gets sometimes.
Crazy.
No.
Vindictive?
Rude.
No.
Nina does not get vindictive.
Drunk?
So I don't know
No.
where you got that from.
Just super invincible. Like, she doesn't think that she's capable of failing. She only sees success everywhere she goes. So I would figure that she would just flood everyone easy peasy, bring their corpses back home, and then launch an army, and, you know, she'd have it made already.
I mean,
like,
if she could.
You saw how they acted with the flood. They seemed practically defenseless, and they're known for being on a boat. They're supposed to be people who are familiar with water.
I think they were not. I think they were more worried about their things than dying in the water.
See? Isn't that a great advantage? Everyone would be distracted with the idea of, like, oh no, I lost my home. And that makes them even, like, more weaker and vulnerable.
I mean, if she can kill an
Snatch
entire.
them whole.
I mean, if she can kill an entire city on her own, then I don't think she needs an army.
No, I mean, that's friends. That's
I
built-in
think-
friends.
Well, first thing that Nina thinks, Juniper, is that you got a few things wrong. Nina doesn't think she can fail. She knows she can. Never has, never will. Second, like, if Nina wants something to happen, it happens. And third, she couldn't even, sink this place, fill this place, right? So maybe she isn't as strong as she thinks she is. Like, she sent a bit of water, right? But it
Yeah.
didn't flood the whole place. It just flooded a little bit of the place. Maybe we're too far
Do
away.
we even know that's
to-
her?
Yeah,
Yes.
but maybe it's not her at all. Maybe it was just a freak accident.
That's what I was going to ask. Because apparently it has happened before. It's just unusual.
I'm just saying, if I was a sea fury, I would run in here with a tsunami and drag them out into watery death.
Well,
It would be easy.
Well, you're
I think maybe the big difference is that she might be overconfident. Maybe she thought this would be a breeze. I mean, she almost trapped that guy that you saved, Juniper. Like, maybe she thought this was going to be a breeze and this was just a simple shrug. Saying, oh, well, this will probably wipe him out and take care of it.
Kind of almost did.
Yeah.
No, we can guess as much as we want, but we have the facts. She didn't flood it. She isn't trying to flood it again right now. And, well, we know where she is. So, maybe,
So we go?
I mean, maybe not like right now because it's nighttime, but you know, I think I liked what Algar said, where we wait until the weather's real bad, not till it's foggy, so she can't see us coming. But at the same time, maybe she doesn't even like, you know, she loves the sea, right? What she can control the sea. If this was her doing, might not have been, but if it was, maybe being able to see us or not doesn't matter. Maybe she could sense our giant boat coming her way, you know? I think we wait a couple days, see if it's foggy. If not, we go anyway.
I
The
mean,
longer
it's
we
going
wait,
to
the longer
take.
she has to like ready herself, right?
It's going to
You can
take.
make a fog for us.
Sorry, what was that?
I said I can make the fog for us.
Well, that works. That's good.
But
Uh.
won't that put us at a disadvantage? More so?
I don't know. What do you think, Agvar? Would it?
Well, how, what do you mean? How so?
Like we wouldn't be able to see what's coming?
Well, we know where we're going. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, it was just an idea so that, like, she less knows that we're there or where we are. The advantage of us not having a bunch of pirates on our tail is that we're a small group and we can get farther behind her lines without her knowing. So I just thought if we went on a foggy day and we clouded ourselves in a fog, then there'd be no way for her to track us, but I don't know what she can do.
I think the fog's a good idea, but that we shouldn't like wait too long.
Yeah.
Should we, you know, maybe get off the boat?
Yeah.
Tappy will.
Ray will.
Before getting off the boat, Tappy will set up her hammock in like the big lower deck area, not the bottom deck, like the middle deck.
Let me note it down. Let's. Do you want to note it?
Sure. Let's see.
I'm gonna be adding a lot of assets here, so it will be very helpful. Okay.
Oh, and just to be super clear, what Ogvar is saying is that we find a day where it's already foggy, so that we're not just a big fog cloud on the water.
Yeah.
That's super
Mhm.
suspicious.
Fair enough.
Just to clear it up, I don't know if it was.
Right. As you exited, Lava will look at all of you and say, "So, did you like it?"
As much as
It
I'd
was
like
the
to
prettiest
guess,
thing in the whole wide world.
I would.
Fantastic ship.
It was amazing. It wasn't the prettiest thing, but it was, you know, very pretty. Very, very, very pretty. And the inside is so spacious. And if you could do those things that we asked with the walls and stuff, mwah, it would be great.
Master Lava, you truly are a master of your craft. This is incredible. For so many years, I've wanted my own to command my own ship, and to see it at the light of day. I can't thank you enough.
When Bray becomes big and famous, he's gonna need a million more ships and he knows exactly where to go.
You will be the only shipmaster for me.
I really appreciate those words coming out of you. I know when you left, I did have some little talk here and there with Ada, and she told me that you have your fair share of experience in ships. So, well, I suppose I'm gonna enjoy my well-earned compliment. Yeah. But I mean it. I'm going to be ordering the stuff. Come on, give me the notes.
Oh, rips it out of the book.
Yeah,
Here you
thank
go.
you. So, I suppose if all things go well, in the next couple of days, you're going to see it very much different. All's going to be the same. So for now, just enjoy your stay in the Passage of the Dead. I know you are having a lot on your plate, but it's a nice place to be. If you have some wealth, as he winks.
Thank you very much. But shipmaster, it's really important that that lower room gets a hatch in the wall between the two, so that me and Juniper can talk. Just just a simple hatch. Just put the lock
I can
on my
walk on
side,
both sides.
on my side, and it'll be fine. It'll be great.
Both sides, very much both
Just
sides.
the one.
Lava seems a bit confused. But, okay,
I wrote it
guess.
down the notes. I wrote it down the notes. Both
Oh,
sides.
Well,
okay,
he
okay.
got it wrong though. Only put a lock on my side, Lavoy. A lock on both sides makes it pointless.
But you already have a lock on your side. That was a very bad pun.
I know. See, okay, no, it even works. It works twice. So there will be a lock on my side. This one, and like nudges lock, and then we'll also have the actual lock for the hatch that we can open whenever. we want.
Anyways, it's pretty late now. For me, I mean, you are young people. Just enjoy yourselves, but I should go get some sleep.
You should. You should.
I'll
Right.
see you around.
See you around, Brennan. Really quickly, tell him to put the lock on our side. I'll
We
back
should
you
go
up.
to
I'll
bed
back you
too,
up.
right?
Next argument you have, Brennan, I'll back you up if you tell him to put the lock on my side.
Sounds good. I'll go tell
Go tell him. Go tell him.
him. Braden will sneak off and go tell the boy.
Hmm?
Just do me a favor. Just do me a favor. Make sure you take the lock off of her side, and just put it on the green one side.
I suppose I can put. Well, you know what? I'm going to think of an idea of a better one, so that it suits both needs, because it sounds like this is gonna be something that you're going to regret sooner or
Oh,
later.
it's not gonna. It's going to be something that I don't want to deal with, and I just made them happy.
You know what? I think I will add a lot on either way, so that both can lock and unlock, depending on what the way is. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right.
And he'll walk back over to Nina and says, "All right." He says he'll do it.
Right. It's good. It's good. I got your back. Next argument we have, and I'll be right there for you.
Perfect.
As you're moving back to the central portions of the Passage of the Dead, you're going to see that it is lively as it is always. Though that doesn't go for all the creatures. As the moment you enter there, you're going to see a little dead bird lying down.
Hmm?
Oh, that's a bit weird.
As it is down, and you can clearly see that there is no motion from it, you're going to see it open its mouth.
Oh my god, look, use your powers and talk to it!
Oh yeah, look, that bird's talking to you.
Go ahead!
I think it's dead. It's squawking at you.
It needs help! What if it's one of Avelus's birds?
Oh, Jesus.
Or,
Oh
what if
shit!
it's
What
like...
if it's Valus? He said he could turn into stuff. Maybe he practiced but forgot the wings
Oh,
and he like jumped off a
no,
house.
Go save it!
All right. All right. Give me a couple minutes.
Didn't he have like a... Didn't one of... didn't one of your people have like birds? Or was it Avelus? Like, I feel like I'm remembering
his-
birds with
His-
somebody.
His friend had a cat. Maybe is that what you mean?
Oh, a cat? No, I
That
could've
moment.
sworn a bird.
It will turn even more creepy, as you can clearly see that the neck of this bird has been snapped. But it's still moving its upper lip, its little peck forward, as it will start speaking. As it says, "Stay away from me! Stay away from me!"
We are having a conversation.
Is it saying this in Korean?
Away from me.
Okay.
Stupid bad.
Luck,
What?
Oh my
the
god, is
fuck?
that from the Sea Fury? Did
Luck,
she
did,
do that?
She's very
that
rude,
say-
honestly.
did the- it was Luck? Were you able to like translate? Was that did that
That was in
sound,
common, right, Beej?
Well,
Correct.
Maybe,
That was in
maybe
common.
maybe it meant something different in bird language. You know, maybe it just sounded like those
Nina,
words.
you can talk to the dead. Go talk to them.
What? It ca-
God, let's go talk to them.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little freaked out the fact that their bird started squawking at us and then using words.
I need to
Okay.
know.
And
A dead one.
Nina hasn't talked to things. The skeleton talked to us. I mean, I don't know if it would work again. It was weird.
Go whisper in its tiny broken ear.
Can you row closer to it, Brandon? Can you row us closer?
Give me a second.
Should we go? Should we go kill the guy who has the hag's eye?
What?
Uh,
That seems a little extreme considering me.
Why would I want to go and
Probably.
kill one of my old friends?
Maybe if he
Wait,
says the
back to the
hag.
bird. What's going on with the bird?
he isn't.
th- What are you saying, Agbar?
That guy didn't express any desire to, like, be with the hag.
No, but okay. This was definitely a threat, right? Are we all in agreement that this is a threat?
A bird isn't much of a
I don't
threat.
know about that.
You don't know. You don't think the bird saying "get away" and a creepy "stay away from me" is like a dead bird is a threat? No.
No,
Okay,
think
maybe
it
a
was
warning. It feels like a warning then.
in
You know, a
pain.
warning.
It didn't want to be hurt again.
In my hag research, does this sound like hag shit?
Broken
mean,
neck bird.
Fiji.
Hack shit.
I mean, it sounds a bit like. You can never be sure,
Yeah.
but who else would do that right now?
Locke, you
Oh
sound
my
a little
god,
Anyone
it's
would know.
Char.
You know, I'm not one for coincidence being causality, but this
Uh-huh.
is two interesting events within the span of an hour or so that kind of point to what our fucking goal is. So I'm kind of in Nina's boat on this one.
like
Those were such big words. I don't know what you said. What?
Bird
Nina,
is de-
translate.
he said that the flooding of the cave and then the bird yelling at us kind of a coincidence, but like that isn't a coincidence. Like he totally he believes me. He thinks it's a warning / threat.
Also, dead animals are pretty typical mode of communication for those things.
Well, okay, so okay, so as far as Sea Fury goes,
Go
The
look if it
flooding-
has any markings on it.
well, its neck was like its neck's the wrong way around, Juniper. Like if you look at it,
That's
if you
not
look
what
at
I meant.
look at Ogvar's tattoo, right? It's
Yeah.
not its head's like the other way around.
No, I know.
I mean, like Nina can look at Brennan. Rose is closer. You know, right up against those rocks.
Row, Bray, row.
I'm getting us there. And
You're just
finally,
doing
like,
it really slowly.
What if it's? What if there's
Is that-
something stuck in its throat? Go look in it.
Okay,
Here,
what?
get
I'm
off
not
and go
touch-
check.
Okay, I'm not.
I think
I'm
something
not touching
stuck
the
in
dead
its
bird.
throat is the
Okay.
last thing we need to worry about.
You said you
It
asked
just
if it had
spoke
markings.
at
Why would you do
Oh.
it though?
I-
Maybe it has. I mean, it would look like it was gasping for air.
It's because its neck was broken. It could.
Yeah, because maybe somebody stuffed something in it.
Well, yeah, and Nina's not going to go poking around any dead bird. Okay.
Maybe if
I'll
we
look
pull
at
it out, we could save it.
Well, I don't think it'll save it. And again, even if it would, Nina's not going to put her fingers down dead bird throat. So, dying, even choking bird throat. Lupa, Brandon, go and tell Lupa to go and fetch the bird.
Oh,
She does this all the time, right? She did it with the rabbits. Those pure,
All
cute,
right,
adorable
Lupa,
rabbits.
go get it. Lupa, go grab it. Lupa will jump off the boat, go grab it in its jaw, bring it back to Nina.
Okay, no, don't bring it back. Nina's gonna like kick it with her foot.
Ah!
Like, don't bring it back to me, okay? Somebody, Brandon, go
No,
look in its mouth.
she's dropping it at Nina's foot like it's a present.
Yeah, Nina's kicking the bird back away from the dead bird.
All right,
Somebody,
all right, all
some-
right. I'll fucking
no.
do it.
No,
Jesus.
don't do that, Locke. Don't do that. You'll get your
Thank
hands
you.
all weird.
Tappy will
Locke's
pick
picking
up
it
the
up.
bird.
Oh, that's gross. You better wash
trust
those
me,
hands,
I've-
Locke, straight away.
No, I've done worse. Don't worry.
I know you
And
have, but
just with a little finger, gonna pry the beak open and look down this mangled throat.
oh, okay, that's gross.
Is there anything in there?
I mean, if it was a skeleton,
I'd
it's
assume
cool.
no, BG, but is there something stuffed in the throat of this bird?
No, it doesn't seem like a clue or anything. It just have been physically slain.
Yeah, this was a messenger bird in every sense of the fucking phrase, and that's about it. You know,
Yeah.
tossed
It's
back on the rock.
Horrible!
Wow. Well, who could have guessed the bird with a broken neck who's gasping because of its broken neck?
Yeah.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands in the river.
Alright.
Wait, no, hold on. I have soap. And like, Nina takes some like soap out of a
So
pouch
she's
at her
trying
belt.
to warn
Who's that?
us?
All right, all right.
I
As you're
think at
discussing
this
all
point it's a
this-
threat.
You're gonna hear some footsteps. And somewhere around there, you're gonna see Velis and Ada. As Velis will say, "Good, you're here." Ada will immediately add a thing. Just in time. We're having a strange meeting right now. I think you should all join.
Is this bird yours, Avelis? Is that
Avelis
bird?
will look
that
at
dead
it.
bird?
No, I don't think it is anyone's right now.
Meeting,
Well-
it's just the two of you, isn't it?
Ada will say, "No, it's something a bit bigger." As they look at one another a bit proud, as Ada will say, "We have managed to gather the council of pirates and captains,
Ah,
all the lords together in one place. I'm not sure if it's gonna work well, and frankly speaking, I'm not willing to trust all of them. But at the very least, it seems like we can discuss some stuff with them. We avoided Dorovas. Judging from what occurred with you, we thought we should not call him."
oh, you
Ada,
did
you've
our
been
job
busy.
for us.
Thank you. That's great. Okay. Okay.
We're
Uh,
having this meeting in a bit of secrecy, so just walk with us in the town and we're gonna take you there. It's supposed to happen at midnight.
Okay, sure. Yeah, totally. One second. Nina just starts whispering to everyone. Okay, well, I mean, it will be. Maybe they could offer. Okay, maybe they could help us in ways that don't mean that their bodies get turned into undead things that the Sea Hag can use. Right?
I mean, it's
Maybe they could loan us a ship, right? Maybe an escort on the way, or a distraction. They could do a distraction, right? Get some stuff out of our life. Maybe this could actually work if they're so long as they're not there with us in the layer. Maybe it could work.
I mean, not to bring us back to when we were in the Underdark, but we used the Orc army as the main invasion while we snuck around. Can we not possibly do something of similar sorts?
I'd like to correct that just slightly. We were trying to get ahead of the Orc army to stop the danger from being there by the time they arrive.
Yeah,
I was
they were
very
really-
against using them as a distraction.
They kind of
They have
like
children.
really
in their
wanted. They
leaves.
really wanted that fight. Like they were like really reluctant to even wait a few days for us to get ahead of them and deal with the problem ourselves. But
All right. Well, semantics of that all aside, the point still stands. That's not a bad idea, Bray. I mean, especially if this bitch
distraction.
knows we're coming, via this bird that told us not to, then, something to help draw our attention while we go in around or under in this case is probably wouldn't go awry.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't know that we know exactly where her lair is, right? That's the one thing she doesn't know. She couldn't know that unless Rotten Mary told her, which I don't think she would, because Rotten Mary hated that bitch's guts. If Nina thinks it would be very dangerous if we had a lot of people with us at the lair or right next to the lair. But if a whole pirate army was nearby-ish, looking for her, she'd be forced to, send some things or send some people or do something, use some of her power to throw them off course or deal with them, which
I mean,
helps us. So long as they're not at the lair to be risen and turned against us, maybe it could work.
I'd feel more comfortable if we divide her forces. So that we,
Divided how?
well, for us, kind of, no, like in agreement with what you are saying. Use the pirates to distract her. Use some of her resources and keeping them in control. And while that's happening, we go in on somewhere else and hopefully get closer to her without having as many dangers as if she was to have a full army to defend her from just 6 people.
Yeah. Okay. So
I like that idea. Either
willing to
way,
entertain
less
the
pirates in the world.
distraction? Sounds like all on board with entertaining the idea of distraction pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They make it to island and fuck some more shit up, even better for us.
And then pirates die. So
Well,
Well,
I mean, as far as pirates go, the
callous,
guys.
but
Yeah.
is it callous? I mean, from what I've heard from Brandon, they're not very good people.
Well, the other
Yeah.
ones we've met so far have been pretty nice, right?
No, one of them wants to take control of like all of the pirates under him.
Yeah, he just wants to be pirate king. It's like, childhood dream of some kids. Like, right?
No,
Who doesn't want to be the top dog in their little circle? If that makes sense.
I don't think
Tons of
someone who
people
just.
do. I don't think it's evil to want to be in charge.
I don't think it's good either.
Somebody has to be, right? Well,
Anyway,
either
let's
way,
just-
something for something.
let's just go.
else.
Let's just go see what they want, and
Yeah.
we can decide after.
Let's go. Let's go.
As Ada and Avelis will lead the way, at this point, let's have our mid-session break for a couple of minutes, and then we'll go on to meeting some very nice people.
Very nice. People. Yeah. I want to meet this.
BG is saying that
man.
way too excitedly.
And they're good NPCs, I like them. Anyways, I'll be right back.
Wow.
Man, I'm so
imagine-
happy I got the ship.
I want to roll this back to when we were with the orcs, and I want Nina to just say out loud, "Who cares if the orcs die? They're orcs."
that's what I'm saying. Product of the
I
culture.
would like to point out that the orcs didn't decide to be born orcs.
The pirates didn't decide to be born pirates either.
I.
They
Just don't
became
say
the
that.
way they are based on their surroundings and the opportunities
Traverse
available to
nurture.
them.
That's cool.
Um,
Brandon has only told me about how his friend was gutted alive, so that's what I'm basing everything off of. And then
Yeah,
this dude wants to be the king of all pirates and fuck everyone over. So
He didn't say fuck everyone over. That he said, what was it? He was like, I just want them to bend the knee. I want them to all know that I'm the best pirate around, the strongest of the pirate
Sounds like a
captains,
great
the biggest
leader.
fleet. He sounds like an arrogant leader, but he doesn't sound like a horrible murder man. He doesn't sound like.
No, he's-
From
he
what
looks- he
Brayden
looks-
has told
he looks-
Ogvar, that
he
is what
looks
pirates
too
are.
fancy to
Yeah.
kill.
All Ogvar
That's-
knows is what Brayden has told him about pirates.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we have.
And that's what he's
what
going
told
on.
about orcs too.
Yeah.
Great.
It's an in
I know.
discussion.
I know
yeah.
Ogvar's like. I know that is very contradictory, and I realize that.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to like. Sorry, I think I'm coming across wrong. I like this, like out of character. I like this. That, like this disconnect, between. Because yeah, it's what he is. It's what Brandon's told him. It makes 100% sense, and I enjoy this,
totally.
and I
There's
will enjoy the
also-
conversation in character.
There's also
out
the group of
out-
pirates
out of
that tried to
character as
kill
well.
us on the beach with the snake.
Yeah, I like it, Jeremy. I 100% like it. Like,
Yeah.
Ogvar's 100%
Oh yeah,
is
I'm
justified.
I'm so down for it.
And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm just
I
out
mean,
of
that's
character, busting
that's
balls.
kind of the point of it. It's like it's not fun if your character always has the right opinion and always knows the right thing and stuff. So yeah, it's just how it goes.
Yeah, because Ogvar did the thing that Nina never was able to, doesn't have the bravery to say out loud. She doesn't care about orcs, Ogvar doesn't care about pirates. Same boat.
What in God's name did I miss during that fucking break?
It's okay. It's so what you missed.
Just,
Essentially, what
just
you missed.
character relation development. It's good stuff.
Amongst other things, Ogvar said that if a bunch of pirates die when we attack the Sea Fury, that's a good thing.
Oh,
But,
Brayden
but
agreed
he's
under
right-
his
he's right-
breath.
he's
I don't
right-
know if
he's-
anybody else
he-
heard it.
He's
No,
right
I
based
didn't.
on-
Oh,
based on-
damn it, I
based
thought it
on-
was
I would have
louder.
gotten vindictive if I did.
based on what Brayden has told Ogvar, and if that were the case for all pirates, that they're all that evil and that mean and that bad, then he'd be right. And
Mhm.
that's all Ogvar does know about pirates. So he's right. But Nina and Locke were like, wow, that's a bit. And then out of
Oh.
character, I made the joke that Nina should have said that about orcs way back when we were in the
Yeah.
Underdark. Like, wow, if a few orcs die, that's a good thing.
No, earlier when Ogvar was like, "Well, I don't have a problem with pirates dying." Brandon whispered. I guess I didn't whisper loud enough. But like Brandon was just saying, like, "Yeah, and what's wrong with that?" So it was
Wow.
just like a kind of agreement with Ogvar of like not having a problem with pirates dying.
Yeah.
Well, when we come to the in-character portion of this discussion, Nina will switch her side then, if that's the argument Brayden. If Brayden's going to use his argument token this early, she'll take his side. Yeah, I'm gonna be back in a second to get a drink.
Oh my
Again,
God.
though, Jeremy, like it's fun, it's good.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
fun.
I don't mean to sound out of character criticizing.
I
would
just
never.
want my intentions to be clear. That's it.
Ogvar, yeah, Ogvar is what's the word? Ignorant. And
Yes,
and vengeful.
he's
Um,
very, very, very smart, but he is very ignorant.
He's very ignorant and incredibly unintelligent.
Yeah, I mean, in
I
terms of
joke- I
lifespan,
jest- I
he's the
jest,
oldest
that
one
was-
of us.
Yeah. I love how Ogvar is the smartest of us. By the way, like he's never like actually turned his nose up at anyone and been like, I am so much smarter than you, and I love it. I love it because he is. He actually is. BRB.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
I like that the little Juniper is pogging.
Right?
Dude, I'm so
I'll be the
happy about the
first thing.
tree. like the whole living tree, like the living
it-
ship.
Does it
aspect.
actually
Yeah.
go down to the into the water?
Yeah.
The city's
Wouldn't
dead.
that wouldn't that kill it?
No,
No.
no, definitely no.
Because it's
It's
salt
a
water.
fey tree. It drinks salt.
Oh.
No, there are
Fey-
mangroves.
Fey's-
Like there are
Fey stuff
mangrove
does
trees
weird
that like thrive in
Yeah,
salt
that-
water.
Oh, is this one
Yeah.
of them?
I mean, I
assume
don't
It
so.
has
know.
just been decided.
But,
Yes.
yeah, I imagine.
It's a
Well,
very
well,
delicate
let's just say
balance
yes.
of it's a very delicate balance of science and magic to have a mobile hydroponic tree.
And
You
it's
see, this is
cool.
what we call a Tessarian tree, which
Mm-hmm.
feeds off of Tessarian water. It's
And,
pretty Tessarian.
and if Bray ever gets to level 15, he can have Juniper teach him the tree walk thing.
Fuck yeah! Oh, we're getting there, guys. Ain't nobody
Well,
dying
you'll
today.
need 2 trees on here then.
we'll make the second mast another tree.
I was just about to say, there's
Oh my
another.
That'd be cool though. Like Bray runs into the bottom of the mast and then just appears on the
Okay.
crow's nest.
No, I got a badass idea. Okay, if
I
it
stop.
ever sinks and like goes to the bottom, we just Juniper will just like boom, go through the tree and then cause them to go awaken and they can just walk across the bottom back up. Get support.
Tree doesn't. Can trees drown?
Yes.
Is that
No.
a thing?
Yes.
Yeah, all plants can
Ever.
drown.
I don't think they can. It just makes them stronger, like skeletons.
Exactly. Like Hulk.
It's like Superman going into the sun.
No, but under the because of no oxygen, it would not like degenerate.
There
so-
are
There's
trees
oxygen,
that live
there's oxygen
underwater.
underwater. There's oxygen
Yes.
underwater, Tristan. Fish
But
breathe
it-
You know what
underwater.
H2O is? You know what H2O is?
It's
is it
H2
shit.
oxygen is what it stands for.
H2
There are
oxygen?
ch-
Oh,
H2. I don't know what the H or the 2 stand for, but I know what the O means.
Well, there's
oxygen.
2 hydrogen.
I went to university for 2 years, Tristan, doing natural
University.
sciences, which
Oh,
includes
went to uni.
the ocean.
Natural
So-
sciences.
So I can tell you that there's oxygen underwater. Therefore,
I was on-
oxygen under
I,
there.
I was on holiday after visiting the university and I saw trees.
I saw a tree underwater.
Blimey, many trees underwater.
Blimey.
It was fantastic.
Blimey, is that a tree underwater?
Going on holiday and it's gonna be a forest underwater. It's gonna be lovely.
Yeah. Do you know what a bayou is? Bayous have got
Bayou.
trees underwater.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
is it full?
Or,
of water?
I imagine some of them are.
There are trees that live underwater.
yeah, I
that
mean,
can survive in water.
I genuinely don't
This-
know, which is why I'm
okay,
asking.
for,
Oh,
for the
I'd say-
scientific for the scientific people here, does a kelp forest count?
Yes.
They're
No.
not trees.
It's the hint is in the
What
name.
are
Tristan.
they?
Forest. Forest.
Yeah.
Well, you can have a bush forest as well.
They're
Yeah,
I
little
don't make 'em
filters.
those
trees.
count as well. Forest.
But they're so big. They're so tall. I don't know.
They're so pretty.
Okay, so
It,
here's the-
kelp's not actually a plant, though. So that's kind of a cool
Is it?
fact.
Is it really?
It's not.
It's a fish.
It doesn't
It's
count
algae.
as a plant.
It's algae. It's a fungus.
Wait, are fungi
mine.
not plants?
No.
No,
No.
actually, they don't categorize under
No,
either
they have their own
animal nor
kingdom.
plant.
Eh?
Yeah, they're their own
Yeah, they
thing.
have their own kingdom, don't they?
They're their own fucking.
Then why do
thing. They're their own
vegetarians eat 'em?
crew. Ah, they're amazing.
Because it's not animals.
Because vegetarian,
Because they know.
yeah, doesn't mean
They're
I
not
only eat
sentient, damn
eggs.
it.
It means I don't eat.
Okay,
wild.
you want to hear
How
a
do you
stupid
know they're
fact
not
I
sentient?
found out
Hmm?
the other day?
Have you
I
asked a
think that-
mushroom if
They
it
don't
wants to
have
be
a
eaten?
nervous system.
I've
how
got
I
an answer
know.
from Google, by the way.
Oh my fucking god.
Tree roots need oxygen as well as water. Too much oxygen and they
Wha-
die of drought. Too much water and they drown.
Oh,
Therefore, because there's oxygen and water, they have both, so it's fine. They've got
True.
both.
Wha-
What about those? Tell us about all of the beautiful underwater trees, the submerged forests.
It's
So
coral,
they're called coral forests, or
What?
a reef, if you will.
or
What?
yeah. So there are forests underwater that are like they're called mangrove trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they
Yeah.
can exist completely underwater.
Can't cypress trees, like, isn't that one of them too?
You're thinking of Cypress Hill. That's a band.
You're thinking of a Christmas tree.
I hate you
Um,
guys.
I'm thinking Arby's.
I could go for Arby's right now.
I just want to say, by the way, just for anyone who does know what they're talking about, I don't know if trees can survive underwater. I don't know if they can drown or not.
Aspens can.
I don't know if
mean-
the thing you said before is actually classified as a fungus or not. I just said that, and then
That's
and
that's
then
half the
forgot.
battle of
It's true
knowledge.
though. It's
Yeah,
true.
that's-
Kelp is like fungi, or it's algae, and then fungi is not an animal nor a plant. It is its own thing,
Sure.
and
It's not.
trees
It's neither
can
flora
be
nor
underwater.
fauna.
Yeah, it's a fungus.
Yeah, I think by acknowledging that I didn't know that I don't know what I'm talking about, I think I'm smarter because
Yes.
you either what is it there are things you don't know and there are things you don't know you don't know. So
Yeah.
the fact that I know I don't know
Yeah.
them,
You don't
That's-
know what you don't know.
yeah, therefore I know more
Mm.
than I otherwise would.
And algae, I think I mentioned this in like in a Juniper post a while back, but it preserves underwater, which is kind of
Who
cool.
reads those?
Screw you.
He mutters
you.
under his breath. Who reads those?
I usually assume I'm
I was
wrong.
reading in my National Geographic. I heard about these trees.
What,
Trees are badass, man.
So if you submerge fungus in water, they'll still stay alive.
Yeah.
Oh, indefinitely or
Yeah, like Juniper. You just shove her underwater and she'll be fine.
yeah. For the first 6 months of Juniper's life, she was underwater.
She was just underwater.
What?
What up? There's different kinds of fungi underwater. There's like different kinds of water fungi.
Order.
It's kind of cool.
Spiders
Yeah.
underwater as well. Lots of stuff lives
That is
underwater.
cool.
Fish,
There are, yeah.
spiders, crabs, dolphins.
Spiders.
All right,
Huh?
I got a fun fact for, and it's been
Do it.
breaking my
It
brain
better be
ever
fun.
since.
It better
Do
be
it.
fun.
It better be awesome.
It better be fun because this has been fucking boring so
Oh,
far. Go
oof.
ahead.
Aw,
Oh.
smooth.
Heavens.
The capybara, according to the church, is considered a fish.
According to the
Wait,
church.
what? The capybara?
According to the church, what did you just say?
Yes, I found this out the other day, and it's been breaking my brain ever since.
Wait,
So-
it's
What
a fucking
church?
animal that looks like a rat, like a giant ass pig rat?
The adorable
Yes.
The
capybara is-
Australian fucking pig rat thingy?
Yes. They,
What?
What
What
the-
church?
So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So here's what happened. The Peruvians they
singled
eat,
out one
they,
church.
they eat so much capybara it was like part of their staple diet, right? So when Catholicism came to Peru and like they started converting people and all that, they were like trying to make it so that way you can't eat meat on Fridays, right? Well, the thing is that happened is that the Peruvians they ate so much capybara that they couldn't really afford to not eat meat on Fridays. So
Because
they
they have
messaged.
Alternative.
So they got in contact with the Vatican, and they convinced the Vatican to classify the capybara as a fish, so that way they were able to eat it on Fridays.
So they cheated.
They did,
yes.
yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
A bunch of
Sounds
fucking
Isn't that
losers.
wild?
It is. It is.
I feel like any
I mean, it's-
historical
well, no,
footnote
it's a
about the
joke.
Catholic Church you can say, isn't that wild?
Fair,
wouldn't-
but like I don't know. I
I wouldn't
think
say it
like
was
I-
fun
but-
though, Brayden. I
but
wouldn't
yeah,
say
no,
it was,
that-
I'd say it was
Fuck
wild,
off.
but I wouldn't say it was fun.
Mm,
That is hilarious.
it's fun for
honestly.
me. It's
I
fun,
think it's fun.
fun science facts for me.
I think it's pretty fun.
It's not science. It's the opposite of science.
It's
that is true.
Here's
I
a
mean,
fun fact.
classification of animals counts as science.
Well, here's
I
something
guess.
that's fun. Have you all
Mm.
watched Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Did you know
So-
Nemo was actually a capybara?
No.
Ah.
You probably didn't know this, but Nemo is like they say they're a clownfish. They're real. Clownfish actually exist.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's
Now
like-
that's a
it's
fun
not-
one.
They didn't. Disney didn't make up this fish. They're actually real. Yeah.
So there
And
isn't a
in-
fish
in
I have to
the-
be afraid of.
And also, I didn't know if you knew this, but in the Shinto religion, the Nemo fish is classified as a marsupial.
Oh, what's it? Can you tell me?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what a marsupial is before we continue?
Yeah, it's a little fucking rat that climbs trees. I'm pretty sure that's
Ah.
the technical
It's
term.
got like a pouch, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And that's
Ah.
where he carried his little fish eggs. It was in the marsupial pouch underneath the
Oh.
scales.
Fish eggs, coins, whatever he needs, he just puts in the pouch.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm here, by the way. I can hear some of you being here as well, but just to confirm, I'm gonna call names out loud. So, Ogvarlog, we just hear you. Tappy, are you with us?
Ah,
Hello.
Juniper?
Hello.
Nina?
Hello.
And Brennan?
Hello.
Alright then, so off we go. As you are going to get through some little corridors here and there to a place that seems to be a mess with an abundance of relics that are rather old, but they are not well reserved at all. There is a lot of gold also there lying around, some old chairs. It's a place full of contradictions, some nice cheap decorations, and definitely some people that are being quite really loud. As you hear a voice, of course I'm not going to work under you. I mean, if I'm gonna earn my fair share of money, I don't really care about it. Beldroth the Immortal, more like Beldroth the Jackass. I'm not coming under your commands. If you're not coming under my commands, then I suppose you don't need me here. Torian, silence! We agreed to all talk here. Discuss about this. As you enter a little area that they seem to be having a part meeting. As you can notice, all the way there, each and every one of them is having a quite big presence. Their charisma, their ego is all over the place. There is some tension between most of them. But all of them seem to agree to discuss under the yelling of Torienvis Brasshorn that is kind of organizing all that is happening right there. As Torienvis will notice you say, huh, there they are. As he looks at Avaelis and the rest of you, and says, all right, people of the Passage of the Dead, I'd like to meet you, Avaelis, most of you already know. And and his allies, Ogvar, Tapi, Locke, Juniper, Nina, and Brennan. They are quite a team that has been acting during these days on the Owls of Hinatol, and they have been quite helpful in regards to beating that sea witch that we're chasing after. Avalos will nod and say towards the rest of you, we have not informed Vlad, as I told you, to participate in this meeting, and we've run some checks through magic. Doesn't seem like anyone of these people here is under surveillance through any magical means. But then Avalos will increase his volume and say, but that does not mean that everyone here is to be trusted. Vlad will scoff as he will say, it was just one time. You are gonna hold it forever. Yeah. As Torius will say, there is one more captain missing, Captain Orkhand. He should be coming any moment now. As the moment he says that, The door will open as you will see an orc enter, as he'll say, "As per my master's commands, I'm here to introduce you, Captain Orkhand." So off, everyone will say and start yelling around, as they will notice a human joining the center of it. And now, as the orc will immediately leave this place. As Avels will say, and now the roster is complete. Captain Orkhand will look at you and say, new meat here. So, Torianvis did tell us that you are going to be assisting on this mission. Avalis will intervene and say, actually, I was the one that told you that. Yeah, I don't care. I only listen to Torianvis here. So what do you bring to the table? What are your plans in regards to this?
Plans in regards to destroying the Sea Fury? Right?
Yeah, I mean, do you have something more important to discuss about?
No, just making sure. There's just double, triple checking, you know? Seeing as though you've all gathered here, figure best be on the same page. As you know, we here wish, let's say, ill will on the Sea Fury, and we've actually gotten quite a little bit of information on her recently. Since the last time that we met, and Nina will like nod towards Beldroth the Immortal. We actually know specifically where she is. We know how to get there, and we know details of the ocean that guard her lair. So it's a few things. We know the name she used to go by. We know the person that she was before she became the Sea Fury that you know and hate. And we know a few things about the defenses of her lair as well. What about you guys? What do you guys bring to the table?
Captain Orkhand will look around a bit embarrassed as he says, I thought they wouldn't bring anything to the table. I just asked out of sheer kindness. But they're good. Hey! Do you have any methods to confirm what you said?
We actually do. Nina will look towards Agba with a questioning brow raised, wishing she could telepathically communicate with him in this moment. Are we? And she says out loud, "What are we willing to share?" I mean, okay. Well, first, before we share our proof, I think it would be pertinent for us to talk about the actual arrangement in place, like a general plan, so to speak. What do you all think you're going to be getting out of this? You know, we need to come to an agreement before we start drawing up elaborate plans and such. Are you all on board with, you know, coming together for the sake of the Isle, for the sake of the safety and sanctity of your ships?
The moment you say this, yelling will commence. As someone's like, no, I won't be doing this. Fuck you, I'm not joining your crew. Silence. Okay, since these people, you know, are too proud to introduce themselves, feeling like they're so famous into everyone, let me introduce you. First of all, this Tobias Acheron Galring. That little goblin that you see here is requesting, in order to help, that he gets a small portion, only 70% of what they find there. So reasonable, right? And there is Vlad the Macabre that says, if there is such a nice lair down into the seas, he wants to claim it for his own afterwards. So fair, right? We're like 4, 2, 6, 7, and including you, more than 10 people. And what is wrong with him taking all this place for himself? Of course, then there's Mirabella the Corrupted, that he wants any ancient relic that they find there, and just this. Just an ancient relic. Very fair, reasonable for you, Mirabella. Well done. And then there's Beldroth the Immortal that just wants to lead the mission. I suppose he's the most reasonable one of those, and I'm frankly surprised for it. And of course there's Captain Orkhand that I don't really understand. Of course you don't understand, Captain Orkhand will say. I'm doing this for my own reasons. I'm just doing this for valor. You're just going to have to say that I did all of this. And I'm okay if you take all the loot. It's an orc, Ogvar, so you know.
I mean, you're all asking for. You all came into this meeting knowing exactly what you wanted, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised that. Well, I mean, it all seems almost reasonable to me. Uh, Tobias, you wanted 70% of the hall. We're not doing this for gold, so that's fine by us. Vlad, you wanted the layer. I mean, it might be a little damp down there and lonely, but sure, that's fine by us too, I think. Mirabella, an ancient relic. It's something we can talk about. And Beldroff, you want to be the head of the mission. It's honestly fine by us too. And Orkand, if you want Valor, Valor is what you'll get. The question is, what is the issue with you all working together? There's no conflict here that I see.
Tyrannus will say, well, there's not exactly no conflict. I mean, they just take for granted that some of them, for example, say for granted that they're sharing the loot, but they also want this. The other one says they want this, but they also want a fair share of the glory. The other one wants some ancient relics, but they also, of course, want to take some of the loot and some of the lair in there. So it's not actually just this. Anyways, before we conclude into anything about making sure that everyone is benefited here, what about you? What do you want to earn out of this?
Really, we're just looking for some family, right, Captain Brennan?
We're looking for my family. As long as I can get them to home or somewhere safe. That's all I cared about.
They're going to look at you, and Tobias is going to just take his cigar off, take it down and off. Says, I did meet you the other day. I saw you. And don't get me wrong, but I don't trust people that do stuff for altruistic reasons. So tell me the truth behind it, and perhaps I'm going to trust you.
I'm afraid if by altruistic implies we don't get anything from it. But no, Brennan, we only care, okay, I don't really care about what happens to your isle or your ships or your people. I care about Brennan here and him finding his family, who went missing a long time ago. If he can find them, if that makes him happy, that makes me happy. It's not exactly altruistic. Plus, we kind of get a kick out of making hags suffer for one reason or another, because they're generally assholes. Yeah, that's pretty much that actually is all we want. It sounds a little selfish, but we don't really care about you people or your problems. We care about him and his family.
Yeah. You can take whatever fucking trinkets or what the fuck ever you want from there. I don't give a shit.
We don't.
But we're
want
going
any
to find
gold.
some people and possibly kill an asshole, so it's up to you if you want part of it or not.
We don't want the gold. We don't want the glory. We don't want any of the artifacts, and we don't want to be the leaders here. We want closure for our friend. That will be our reward. And if we don't find it, then that means our job's not done, and we'll be sticking around for a little while longer. You all want something, and you all want a part of this. You all want to take credit and get a reward. We can work this out real easily. Beldroff, we'll start with you. You want to be the leader here. You want everybody to know that your ship is up front, right? Taking the brunt of everything. Is that really what you want?
Correct. And I also want these people to listen to my orders. I'm going to be making the plan. You all know I'm the best one at devising the plan. As people will start clattering around and start murmuring. Hey, you know that I'm the best one at that. You just need to accept that.
Well, perhaps.
That just sounds like friendship.
It
So
does,
everybody
it does.
just wants to be friends.
Well, how do you expect to, be making the plans and leading from the front and changing up those plans to should some bad things happen, should things get real tough, wouldn't you be better, not at the forefront, not in the thick of it? Wouldn't it be smarter, the more logical, the more kingly, princely thing to do would be to lead from safety, sort of, not quite up front in the thick of it? Because it sounds like Orkand is the one that wants to be right up front, right in the midst of danger, right, swords against his throat. Seems like if he doesn't want to be making the plans, that would be the best place for him. And if you want to be making the plans, not being in the middle of a fight would be, the smart thing to do, in my eyes.
Or you could be best of friends and you could go in it half and half. If you don't
Hand in
want to make
hand.
plans and the other, yeah, like hand in hand, like you're countering each other's weaknesses with your
One's a
own
sword,
strengths.
One's
You can
a sword,
skip
one's
it.
a shield.
Yeah. And you go and you're like, I don't want to be a planner. And he's like, I'll be the planner, but I want to lead, and we can lead together.
Because, like any king, Beldroth, you need to be protected. You're the most important
You
piece on
need
the
a
board,
queen.
right? You're the
I'm
most
very glad that you
important
are
piece on
saying
the
all
board.
this. I mean, I kind of agree. I was not planning to lead the mission by being the idiot who is in the front lines. Sorry, Mr. Orkhand. That's what I consider. The Leviathan is such a big ship compared to all those little vessels of yours that if we go on the front row, you're not going to be seeing anything anyways. So, yes, I suppose, Miss, what was your name? Mina? Mina, okay. Mina, yes, I suppose you're quite right at that. That was my intention all along.
And Captain Orkand, if you want the valor, then you'll find it right at the front, right?
Of course, you know it. I mean,
You'll be
that was all I asked for. But there are some people here that just want to gain a fair share claim of this. I'm going to go there and chop the head of that hag off. Torianis will interrupt him, which leads us to the question. I mean, did you find any clues on her location? I mean, all this is rather vague if we don't have a set destination. We haven't been able to find anything for quite a
Well,
long time.
Ray's
We
our
know-
navigator.
we do. Brennan's our navigator, and we have a pretty solid. It's not even an idea. We have quite precise instructions, and we have some detailed documents as to where the layer will be. We just want to make sure that everybody's on board before we, show our hand. We have Beldroth and Captain Orkand, of course, seem to be in agreement. Should we talk a little bit about Tobias and Vlad? Captain Tobias and Captain Vlad, I should say.
Correct. Vlad will say, I don't want anything. You can empty the lair completely and take the stuff out with you. But I want to keep the lair for myself.
Ooh.
I've drowned once. And
Oh.
now I cannot be drowned again. An underwater lair like that, if all the rumors and tales and legends are correct, just suits me about right.
So, what role would you play, so to speak, in our little
I'm bringing in the
performance?
Death Stance, the greatest ship that was ever made, along with my crewmates. And we're gonna wreak havoc against that sea witch.
Are you happy to be doing so, knowing that Captain Orkand will be the spear point? Are you happy to, follow Beldroth's instructions? Perhaps he'll want you on the vanguard or a flank, or perhaps he'll
not-
want you diving deep.
I'm not following any instructions, and Captain Orkhan just needs to stay out of my way. But I don't care if he goes in the front line. Who cares? I will just surpass him.
Well, it doesn't sit very well with Beldroth the Immortal. Captain Beldroth,
Thank you.
Actually, do you know what a wild card is, Captain Beldroth?
Speak. Elaborate.
So a wild card is something you can't predict. It's something you can't plan around, you know? And it sounds like a bad idea, but it makes you unpredictable, right? Makes people not able to stay a step ahead of you. And if this Sea Fury is half as smart and powerful as she seems, then maybe it would be good to have someone like Vlad who, you know, plays his own game on the side, so to speak. Because you're going to be in a kind of game with the Sea Fury, a mental game, even if she isn't present. And you're going to be trying to outsmart her at every corner, and having someone you don't have to think about or hold the reins of like Vlad might be really useful.
I'll keep that in mind. A wild card. Haven't heard of that term used before. Perhaps you might be right. Roll me persuasion, Teknina.
That's her worst.
25.
I quite like that idea. Vlad will be my wild card. Vlad will grin. I'm nobody's wild card. Just wild.
Exactly, Vlad. You're nobody's wild card. And she winks at Beldroff.
Torienvis seems rather invested and happy as she looks at what Nina is doing, trying to coordinate them all, and looks at the rest of your party and nods like we're doing pretty well here. Surprising.
Shrugs.
Tobias, you want 70% of the haul, right?
I mean, I could do with more, but yes, 70% will be enough.
Now, you say 70%, but, you know, what if... 70% of what? That's the question, right? Because somebody like Beldroth, and I'm not saying Captain Beldroth would ever do this, but he's very smart. And smart people, they try and finagle their way out of deals, right? What if your 70% ended being all the copper pieces instead of the gold? You know? What if...
Are you trying to mess with me?
No. I'm trying to say you should be a little more specific. Like, do you want the gold? Do you want to have your pick when you show up? Or, 70%? What if you got everything but the coins, for example?
No, I want coins.
You want the coins.
You people, you tall humanoids, you don't understand as goblins. I have 37 children. I need to pay for all of them, so
Wow.
I want my fair share, yeah.
Well, no, this is good, because we have an answer. The answer to 70% of what? You want 70% of the coins? Done. Easy. Does anybody have a problem with that?
Gemstones.
It doesn't sound like it. And gemstones? Sure.
Everything that is pure value and it's not a relic, she can keep the relics. I don't care about her.
You get 70% of them. Of
Correct.
the valuable things other than the relics and the magic stuff.
Torienvis will laugh and say, "Oh, whoa, wait! You just cannot. You cannot just give him 70%. We're coordinating all this place, and you're saying that he's gonna take 70% of all the loot. Wait a minute."
And besides
We happen to
that,
know someone who would
Torians,
be very willing to purchase relics off of people.
think about it like this, Torienvis. This 70% is just a small down point payment for all the money you're going to make once the seas are safe. And that you're not having to pay to repair the Isle of the Dead or replace ships. Like, however much gold is in there, you'll make it up. Just by the Sea Fury not existing. And you still get 30%. Pretty good deal.
Torienvis looks around. Okay, I suppose that works. Tobias, we can work with that to an extent.
And Mirabella, you want a relic? Is that right?
There is something rumored to be in the lands that this sea hag dwells. A powerful item like no other. You see, I consider myself to be a collector of oddities, strange stuff among the plains. And there is something that this hag seems to have amongst your stuff that would be very interesting to add to my collection.
And if it's not there,
It will be there. I know it.
okay, well, I'll have you know that we spoke to a ghost. Hear me out, okay? This sounds ridiculous. A ghost and a skeleton, and neither of them mentioned any one of a kind relics. So,
Listen to me, Nina. I know that it is there. And if it's not, I'm okay on just doing this for the sake of it being there. But I know it is. And if we get on this mission, don't anyone try, don't you even dare fool me that it was not there as you try to smuggle it away from my sight. Because the plague will find you, and Mirabella the Corrupted is gonna be the last vision you're gonna have before you say goodbye to your lives.
Just,
Well-
just to know what we're looking for. What is it that you're after exactly?
A trinket.
What does
Very
it do?
well,
Doesn't matter.
It
He-
kind of
hear
does.
me out. Hear me out, Mirabella. We were warned by the ghost that we spoke to of a hag that she had consumed, that the Sea Fury, the hag once known as Silent Anne, she may try and escape. That's what we were warned. She might try and magically escape, or maybe she has a plan in action. And if you want to secure this trinket, you'll have to give us a little more detail so we know what we're looking for in case she does try to leave with it. At least then we could stop her. Or use it against her, you know? Use her want of it against her, not the actual trinket against her.
It's a ring that has ties with the elemental plane of water. But not just a plain ring. It is so much attuned to the plane, crafted by masterful jewelers of the sea elves, that it has a lot of power against the elementals of those lands.
I see. So, a very pretty, likely jeweled ring, and it's magical and powerful. Okay. Just so we know what we're looking for, to keep her hands off it if she tries to escape with it. Thank you very much. I mean, Nina's gonna like look to everyone else, and she whispers, "Does that sound? Do any of you have a problem with that?"
Mm,
I don't care what the fuck they
No.
got.
I don't.
No,
I don't have
Uh,
a problem.
Juniper.
I think this is all well and good and all, but with the way things are being talked about, no one's got an issue with being raised, right? Just in case you don't get to the end properly.
Excuse us, what?
Right, Nina?
What Juniper is saying is, well, for those within the layer, which I doubt will be, any of you to begin with. If you die, allegedly she can bind your soul back to your corpse and turn you into an undead under servitude. So it's something to bear in mind. But also, if any of you do die, for any reason in this, in this battle with the Sea
Yeah.
Fury, which would be really unfortunate if it happened. But
Super unfortunate. Wouldn't
it would
happen
be
because
re-
you're fantastic.
no, because you all are amazing captains. But if it did happen, how many of you would want to have your revenge in the afterlife, so to speak? Raise your hand.
Nobody will raise their hand. Vlad will slowly raise his hand and says, I guess. What are you looking at?
No, they
Coward.
your Nina like claps her hands a little bit when Vlad raises his hand.
Yep,
Good, great, champ.
I'll wear claps too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's
if
great.
any of the rest of you like want to opt in to being able to take your revenge on the Sea Fury in the afterlife, briefly, mind you, not forever, just briefly, then
Yeah.
just let
Get the
Juniper
last
know.
swing in. Mm-hmm. And I can help you get there.
Captain Orkan will
Hopefully.
interrupt, looking at you, saying that. I'm not sure who you are exactly. We just heard your names, but we have no more idea about you. But don't you go talking to us like we are gonna die that easily. We are
No.
not your ordinary, your casual soldier. And your crewmates, it's
Well-
every single one in our crewmates, has been picked solidly for what they are capable of doing. Well, I suppose except of Beldro, who is just having a huge army of idiots. Hey, Captain Orkand, you are going to be hearing under my orders, so please refrain for speaking like shots at your commander.
Well,
Fuck off, Beldro. Yes, of course, Commander, of course.
good, Captain Orc. Good.
Well, you guys just seem like such good friends, and I just wanted to make sure. So you can all hold hands into battle whether or not you made it.
Well, and also, Captain Orkand, we don't mean to be like to look down on you or act as though you're weaker than you are. It's just, the Fury truly is. It might be one of the few things out there that will match you in battle, Captain Orkand, because your reputation precedes you. So, it will be dangerous for you, and if it's dangerous for you, of course it'll be dangerous for all the others as well.
And
More so for you.
but just for some extra clarity here, if I do go about raising anyone, Noah's gonna be mad at me, right? Like we're all good with that because we hang out with Vlad.
Well, Vlad said he's okay. The others,
Yeah.
not so much. But they might change their minds, If you do, just let Juniper know.
Well, I'm not even just saying that. Like, I mean, if you're not also gonna be appalled if you see your comrade come back up, right? Like, nobody's gonna be coming after me because of that, right?
They're all just staring intensely at you. Like they are kind of thinking, what are you expecting to hear out of them?
Okay.
I
don't
think the
they-
crew
I-
might not like
they
it if their captain is.
Yeah. So Vlad, make sure your crew are aware that you're a-okay. And
Well, they
okay.
seem like they don't really like each other, so if they don't like each other, I would just think like they wouldn't be too bothered if
Well,
Vlad
my
or,
crew.
or
Vlad will say, my crew would not notice a difference. Even if in
Okay.
the afterlife, I would be
course.
the same. I know it.
Maybe
Oh.
okay. Maybe before we set sail, Juniper, we can get some bracelets made for everyone that says like DNR, do not raise, and
Oh.
and if they want to, they can rip it off before they die.
Also, Juniper, just clarification. These are all captains, and they all have their own crews, which is what we're talking about. The crew might get mad about Vlad, but it doesn't seem like.
No,
well, so
use your words.
still, I feel like it should be something clarified by everybody. I just don't want anyone to be angry.
Well,
Like,
they look-
even if the
Okay,
immortal guy doesn't like the brass horn guy and they're in totally different ships, I don't want to get in
It's
trouble
okay.
by the immortal guy because I
they
wouldn't
won't.
raise the brass
You-
horn guys.
You won't. That's why they glared at you. They were like, I think they were silently saying we don't care about each other.
Okay,
They don't.
Okay.
I don't actually think they're friends.
okay.
Mirabella will
Think
interrupt
like
and say,
friends.
I know that we just asked, but you really aren't interested in any of this material treasure, let's say,
Let's not
or
go.
the
Let
fame that is around this part, right?
Let's not go that far, Mirabelle. Tobias has 70% of the gold. Torienvis gets 30%. Maybe if there's a magic item, if it tickles our fancy, sure, but you get the relic you want, and whatever's left over, you guys get.
Oh, what happens if the other person dies? Are we allowed to loot them? What's the rules on that for
Well,
pirates?
I'm sure you guys all have arrangements with your crews to carry on your wills and stuff, right?
But what if they wipe out the whole crew?
Well, then they don't get anything. You know, maybe their family does, though. Torienvis, you'll have to sort this. Do you have like a will system here in the pile of the dead? You know?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You
know,
guys
like
have
if-
like families that you need to like carry your goodies to when you have the possibility of not life?
like
I
yeah,
figured
Tobias,
that
you said
was.
you have to.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Debbie.
Oh, I was going to say, I assume with pirates, if you die, it doesn't matter.
Well, Tobias has got 36 kids, right? So his gold, whether he dies or not, goes to his family.
Don't worry, my children are good. They have enough money to live off. But they want more, so I'd rather not die.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That's
totally.
very noble of you.
Yeah, any
Are any of
arrangements you
them-
guys have, make sure you have them in place.
Are any of them members of your crew?
Yes, of course they are. I mean, I don't trust non-family members. I have my 37 children, a lot of their cousins, some cousins of myself. My wife, of course.
He's got a fucking clown
She's
car for a
pregnant, by the
ship.
way.
This seems like, I don't know, very chaotic. Why is everybody going in thinking they're not going to die? Why isn't the possibility being talked about?
I don't, because most of them aren't going to be in the lair of Juniper. They're, ships and crews.
I
and
mean, we
distracted.
always go around assuming we're not going to die. There's no real difference.
That's
Mirabella will
not
climb
true
on
at all.
her
That
chair.
is simply not true.
Being a halfling, she will climb on her chair so that she gets some attention and says, "Listen, I was withholding some information. Not because I did not want to do this, but because we were not agreeable upon the circumstances. It has to do with the location of the Sihag. I don't know its exact location, so
We do.
your aid, your aid is a real help here. But I know some things about those areas in general,
Mhm.
and I have come to meet some of your little armies. So, you all know about the vampirates, I suppose, that are aiding the Sihag, right?
Well, we are familiar. We've never met them. We know of them and their curse, though. Yes.
Well, there are not a lot more. I believe those ships, they're going to be strong. They were former pirate lords like us, who just could not take those things off. Nonetheless, other than those who are their strongest parts, there are, of course, some allegiances that she has forged out of fear. She has commanded a whole area of Sahuagin tribes that lurk down beneath the seas, away from the sunlight. Sharks and all the followers of the Shark deities are following her. So, Torienvis, I know you would set sail with us, as unofficially you are also pretty much a captain lord like us. But what are you going to do about the army here? Are you going to send any troops to battle, or are you going to have them here while all of us, the pirates that you so much call, say that are going for this on a suicide mission? Torianis will take her neck left and right. Uh, Of course, my people will be joining. Not all of them. I don't want people that just will recklessly die. But I'm going to take 5 or 6 ships at the very least. Some of the good ones, with the best crews that I've heard. Speaking of which, as he turns towards you, I'm going to be giving you a solid crew for your vessel. I did visit it earlier today. It seems to be on a very nice course to perfection. You don't have to keep the crew forever. I mean, some people would be really much looking for a job, but for now, since time is of the essence, it seems like it will do.
Who is saying this?
Towards all of you, that you
No,
now have a
who
ship, but you don't
is
have a
saying
crew.
this?
Ah, Torianvis.
Okay.
So you feel free if you want to decline this offer, but I believe you're not going to find any much of a better crew right now. They're fully trained, capable, experienced. They know what they're doing.
I'm
What
sure
do
they
you think?
are.
What do you think, Brennan? It's your, you are the captain of the ship, so it's your choice, really. Torianvis is pretty cool in my book, but it's totally up to you.
We're not hearing you in case you're speaking,
Yeah,
Brennan.
you're muted if you're talking, Brennan.
Sorry about that.
Hey, here you are.
It's a crew, and it's something that we definitely need. It would save us the hassle of going out and hiring individual crew members.
Well,
Thank you,
True,
Dorian.
but we could, talk to them beforehand just to, make sure we
course.
trust them.
we'd want a smaller crew, Torianvis, if that's at all possible. Like the cream of the crop. One
It
thing
needs
you should
it needs to be a crew that we can trust.
Yes, we need to be able to make sure that we can trust them. And also, you should all be aware that what's the thing about the eyes, Ogvar? But we might not be able to trust some people.
Oh, are you talking about Black Eye?
Yeah, what was his deal again?
We're afraid that. Please do not, let this slip to him. But we're afraid that he might be a sensor of sorts that she's seeing through and hearing through his senses.
All will immediately agree. Like they didn't know it exactly, but they all had some idea about what was going on with him.
But he's at least trying not to let her use him. But
Yeah, he doesn't seem
he
to.
doesn't get to say in it. If there are people in these crews that you're not too sure about, leave them at home, is what I would recommend. If she can do that to a pirate lord like Dorianvis, like Black Eyes, then she could easily do it to a crew member. Just don't want to make you all paranoid, but make sure you can trust the crews that you're taking. Don't take risks. But yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot. We are thankful, Torianvers, for your for the crew that you'll be giving us, and I guess now would be a good time to show you the evidence of her lair, and also offer you the instructions that we have, specific instructions as to its location.
Hmm.
And like gesture to Agbar and be like, "Do you have those documents?" And Nina
yep,
can
it's in my
reiterate
pack.
Nina will
Let me just grab
reiterate
it.
the instructions from the ghost hag as well.
It's right around here somewhere. It's. Hang on. Nope. That's. Nope. Other pocket. Nope. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right here. Just rolls out the paper.
As you say all this, Mirabella will once more add, saying that. So, I just heard you are having a sip. You will be having a crew. I don't know you exactly, but from what you're saying and from the way that Toriamis and Avalis are looking at you, you seem rather experienced. I'm gonna assume that you are, though until I see it, I won't know for sure, so don't expect to have my full trust on this, but let's say I do for the time being.
Well,
So Beldroth is going to be devising that plan, but do you have real experience in naval combat? Or
we killed a giant sea snake, right, guys? That's, I mean, that's pretty much the
That's-
extent of mine.
yeah, you
That
did very
and
well.
the
Your ship is
zombie
gone.
things.
It is, it's
You have
crashed. It
well,
was
the
splintered
fir-
on a beach. But we
Okay,
lived,
listen,
that's
we,
what
we fought a
matters.
bunch of zombies too, and when that happened, the ship didn't sink.
Well, we were thinking that we wouldn't necessarily be in the thick of any like ship fights. We kind of thought that while you guys are drawing out her army and her power and, you know, really screwing up her day, that maybe we would sneak into her lair. Or not sneak, just, you know, waltz in while she's not so powerful and try and deal with her there. She has an undead army, right? And these undead pirate lords, apparently. And we figure, should she die, she'd lose control of them. And they'd be unorganized and easy to clean up. I don't want to say distraction, but the biggest and bloodiest and the most powerful distraction ever to grace these seas is what we thought you guys might be. But, you know, that would be if Beldroth thinks that's a good plan. He might be able to fine tune it, you know, come up with something a little smarter sounding.
As you all see them looking around, as Baldur will say, I, as a commander, I will order you to go enter the interior of their lair and finish that hag from existence. We are going to run on a circle around them to make sure that nobody gets away. We won't give that bitch a chance to escape. And should you do so, Captain Orkand and Vlad, as my wild card, of course, you have any right to chop your head off and make sure to get your well-deserved glory on the battlefield. But that said, because I, as a true leader, I need to make sure that the benefits of the people below me, like Mirabella and Tobias, need to be well heard and listened to. There is a chance perhaps that I will have one of my magisters scry on you while you are below the sea levels. Make sure that you don't find anything and hide it away from us.
Sounds
Does
good.
that sound okay for you?
That's cool with us.
Totally.
During the combat, of course. I won't do it any earlier. But in order to do so, I would have to take a personal belonging of any of yours to give it to my magister.
Oh, you have to?
Consider it a small loan. I will return it to you once this mission is over.
Inside.
Roll
Roll
it.
inside check. 14.
He does seem to not care about your personal belongings that much, so yeah, it does seem that like he's saying the truth. You can't
Yuri.
really read him.
You can have this, and like Nina goes into a belt pouch and just takes out a vial of perfume. This good?
Have you had it in you for a long time?
I mean, maybe not this. She shakes it to see how empty it is. It's like half empty. Maybe a few weeks. I have a dagger though. I've had for like a year now. Does that would that be better?
That would be very nice. Yes, give me the
Okay.
dagger.
And
As he
Nina
hands
puts
over
the,
the perfume.
puts the perfume back in a pouch, takes out her undulated dagger from her belt, and slides it across the table. And I will untick that from the thing. Untick. Yeah. So there you go. I've had that for a while, a long while. Yeah, you know, scry whenever you want. No problem. We won't be trying anything weird with this stuff down there. Not that we could do discreetly anyway. Just yeah, just try not to do anything more than that, because I don't know if the hag, you know, would have like any safety things in place. And I would hate for your scryer dude's eyes to be burnt out or something. Who knows? Hags are weird.
Alright then, the planning shall commence. I will inform you of the full details of my plan by tomorrow late night. And I suppose in 2 days we sail at dawn.
Oh, okay.
Thorianvis will nod, saying, I'm going to be sending you the crew first thing tomorrow in the morning so that you will get to meet them.
Oh, do we? Okay, first of all, I don't want Ogbar to sound stupid. Is it feasible for people to have like forecasters in this age? I don't even know, like in history, if that's a thing. Like a meteorologist.
The druidcraft spell
Druids?
that, actually.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Ogbar would just be like, "Oh, do we know what the weather would be like on that day?"
So, Juniper, you know, because you know that spell very well, that this is possible, but not more than 24 hours ahead of time, so you can forecast for tomorrow for the day after.
Woo, okay.
How long is it going to take us to get to the Slayer?
Well, it's sort of between Trolldir and that other island, so
It will
don't
take
know.
a couple of days, yes.
well, okay. So we have the documents that Ogvar has laid out here that details the layer, but beyond that, we also have specific verbal instructions for a little part of a peninsula that we would be able to spy the layer from. And Nina will reiterate the instructions, which I do have written down, that the hag gave us. I will put it in the chat. It's just very wordy, and I don't want to read it all out. But that's what the hag told us in layman's terms. The instructions for being able to see the layer from the tip of a peninsula. And you can say, so essentially we're just looking for cursy, wavy, unnatural, waves near there, and below that'll be her lair somewhere. Just if you do go down there, the grass will try and kill you, so just be careful.
Good to know, I suppose.
And Vlad, if you're down there with us, our part of the agreement was that we want to find out what happened to Brandon's family and where they are. So I'm not asking you not to kill, Sea Fury. I'm just saying maybe make it slow so that we can actually ask those questions. And also, if you could play along just a little bit if we threaten her, we might say something about a tooth and her heart and a friend of hers that she really hates. And if you could just slow your punches when it comes to that would be great. If it comes to that, you can still kill her. We just want to get a few words in and threaten her a little if need be. That's all we ask.
Everyone will nod.
Great. Okay, well, it's that.
Also, Bella will be the first one to stand up and say, okay, I'm going now. Need to inform my crew that we are sailing soon enough.
Oh, before you do, Mirabella, I saw your ship a few days ago, and honestly, it's one of the prettiest ships I've ever seen. I love the dark wood and the lavender. You know, it's just amazing. Did you get your furniture from somewhere specific, or
The moment you say it, everyone is going to be annoyed. No, my ship is the best one. That small ship, I mean, the Leviathan is the biggest one. There's no comparison. As Mirabella will just go for an eye roll and then look at you as she starts leaving the place, and she will say, Lavoie did most of the parts inside, and other stuff are relics from my expeditions, so this should be quite rare to find around.
well, just figured I'd ask, because if the outside looked good, I figured the inside would as well. Anyway, thank you all for the meeting. Toriendes, I hope it was everything you wanted.
Mm-hmm. And the council will disperse. People are going to start moving around and leave this place all at once. As you are going to be there, you don't have to stay, I mean, but Torienvis will be the last one to stay, as he looks at you and says, towards you, Nina, specifically. That was nice of you. I don't know, but you are rather charismatic, I'd say. Well done.
I haven't done that in like age, in so long. I haven't had to corral children like that. It feels so good. I miss it a little. But thank
You're
you.
a
thank
natural
you.
mother.
I mean maybe. Wow, it's a compliment, and for some reason it made me freeze up. Thank you. Thank you for hosting this, Torientis.
That was perfect, Nina.
I know.
Well,
I know
yeah,
it
I
was.
already have a headache, but I suppose it was for the greater good.
Mm. Honestly, the only problematic one there was, weirdly, honestly, I kind of feel it was Beldraff. That dude, oof. Oh, that was the biggest ask of them all. Making them follow him? Jeez. Wow. For being so smart, he's so easy to manipulate.
She smiles a little bit as she says, yeah, he always was one of the most annoying ones, but frankly speaking, my reality was always with Vlad. I mean, there was nothing that we would be able to communicate on. He is kinda insane. Anyways,
Yeah, I get that feeling.
now leave to your time too. I mean, you are the only ones that do not have a prepared ship.
Oh, well, I guess, you know, that's a really good idea. Guys, we should go and get some, like, sheets and, like, bedding and stuff. I feel like that's the kind of stuff that Shipmaster might not get. Like, he'll get us walls and furniture, but the actual comfy stuff, maybe that's on us. We need to get pillows, we need to get sheets, we need to get, like, cups and stuff. We have to get all that stuff.
And
Or
we
we
need to
could-
talk to this crew.
Oh, and the crew. That's also important. Should we do that first? What do you guys want?
He did say that the crew. She did say that the crew would be tomorrow. I actually do
But
have.
we can't talk to him at like a bar today.
Do we know who they are?
Could ask.
Is Torian Visol?
He's right here.
I-
Hey, do you know where that crew that you were talking about hangs out? Just want to like talk to them, like get to know them a bit before we set sail. Ogbar asks Miss Brassworn.
I mean, this is not a huge city. Most people go to the Dancing Goblin during the nights. Others just rest earlier on. Others might hang at small place to drink some ale. But it's not like you would see a sigil to recognize them.
Could you?
They're just some of the armed tieflings of our place, and they have quite an experience as sailors. So I think they will do just.
Could you organize for them to like meet us up maybe tomorrow? You know, all in one place, so we can talk to them and just make sure we're all on the same level and stuff.
She did. She said tomorrow morning they would show up where we were staying.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Did she?
That's correct.
Did you? Okay, well there we go. Tomorrow, Akbar. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Forgive me for wanting to talk to him one more day, I guess.
I mean, if you want to talk to them, like,
This is fine. No,
straight
let's
away- no?
go. Let's leave.
You sure? You
Yeah.
don't sound happy.
I don't. I mean, I don't really like the situation. That's about it.
Which part?
Having to hunt down another hag. Just
Okay.
basically this whole thing. I don't enjoy it. That's really it.
I thought you meant there was something in the plan or something that you didn't like.
No, plan's
But-
fine.
No, the situation totally understandable.
Well, Ray, how do you feel? Bray.
It's, you know what, after so long looking for so many answers, and I'm just happy to finally understand what's happened. I'm finally ready to stop asking myself all these questions and just follow along with the rest of you.
Well, Ray,
Why-
this
why-
is...
Yeah, this is your thing. We're following along with you.
No, what I mean is I'm ready to put this whole thing behind us. Whatever answers I get, I'm ready to be done with this. I
Okay.
just
Just tell us
It's-
what you
I-
need and...
right now, just your support. Just standing by my side is more than enough.
Okay.
Well,
I-
Nina hopes that whatever happens, it's not something you have to forget. Nina hopes that we find your family, and you don't have to move on from anything. That you
I-
can,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what I'm hoping for more than anything else.
Perhaps this is a bad time to bring it up, or perhaps it's a really good time to bring it up. But I do have a few of my people who are hopefully on their way in order to, cruise a ship. I do have a few favors owed to me, and maybe you would feel better having a few Fae as the crew members instead of pirates, or perhaps as the ones that can. I do know several who can breathe underwater.
Bray seemed pretty okay with using pirates, right? That wasn't the issue. I was more concerned about Bray, what you want to go ahead and do, like what your direction is and how you want to execute everything.
Oh no! I was
I
not
want to
saying.
execute the hog. That's what I want.
I simply.
I know.
I simply said I'd bring it up since yeah, I did have them coming.
Well, we can talk about a more permanent career at the later date, but right now I'm worrying about just getting there and taking care of this whole story is
Okay.
if with your crew, Tappy, if you have anybody willing to come onto my crew and join them, if I can trust them, then I'm more than happy to. But we just don't have a lot of time to wait for them. We got to get going, pull this thing off.
So you just want to hurry up and just go? Then that's the plan.
I've been waiting
okay.
so long. I've
I
been waiting
know.
so long that at this point, yes, I just want to get whatever supplies that we need and get going. Take on
Okay.
this challenge.
Yeah. Just lead the way, Bray. We're right behind you. You should be the ones making all the decisions here and leading the way. We're just supposed to be your supporters. You know, I
Thank
don't
you.
want you to not feel like we're getting straight to the point and we're muddling things for you.
No, no, no. These meetings were necessary. It was something that we needed. We can, we can muster an army. It's mustering an army is already impressive enough. If we can do it to help my people, that- I'm more than happy in anything that we need to do in order for us to succeed.
Well, what do you want us to do then? What should we be doing? Because Dina's kind of winging it. She's thinking of this thing like a mobile inn, just like an inn that floats on the water, which sounds a bit nightmarish, but whatevs. Nina suggested that we go and get some of our own furniture and stuff, or we could go back to the Silent Night and just take everything from the room and return it when we come back.
Oh.
He'd have no
No,
idea.
well, No,
He'd
you
be
get
clueless.
whatever supplies you want. If you want a specific bed for you, I'm not going to stop yourself from getting it.
Well, that's what I mean. That was what I thought. That was like a priority thing. But is there's something more important? Maybe Captain Brain thinks that we should be doing to prepare ourselves for this, or
I would be fighting for to get extra wood just for repairs, making sure
Okay.
that the ship is stable and able to stay afloat, making
Well,
sure our
that's
defenses are ready are more than a priority.
well, in the morning we're going to be meeting that crew. I guess we could arrange to see if we can get some more wood and stuff then. But what do you guys want to do in the meantime?
Well, I need to go get some arrows. Kill this beautiful quiver that you got me.
Yeah. Okay, so it's good. Well, Nina's hungry, so probably you hungry, Locke, at all? You go back to the goblin for the time being.
Real quick question,
Yeah.
Brandon.
Other than just random things we could think of, we have what 2 days until we head out.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Brandon, I don't. I'm a little confused, Brandon. So, are we? This crew that she's giving us, they're pirates, right?
No, not exactly. Not every person who lives here is a pirate. Just
Okay.
pirating is more of a profession. Sailing is a way of life around here.
I
So-
know. The stories you said, I just don't want anyone to.
We'll make sure that they don't have a history of pirating if that's what you have. We'll make sure that nobody is evil.
I don't want anyone to get hurt. That's all. That's it.
I understand. We'll make sure that we have a trustworthy crew. More than anything, that's what I require on the ship, is trust between your crewmates. We can't trust them. They won't come with us.
What about food and water?
We'll hire a good cook. Maybe Conviva will stay with us.
No, I just
And
mean,
get-
would you still rather have a crew that you could trust rather than food and water? Is that how you're?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Food and water run out. Trust never does, unless it's lost.
you can't die if not trusting someone. So
Keep us alive.
all right. So let's leave. Let's get ready for the what are we gonna call this? The sea raid, the sea fury raid, the attack,
A sea raid?
the deep
Yeah, that's-
dive.
The hard raid.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just go. Let's just go.
Mhm.
As you say this, you're going to hear a female voice "Psst, psst," from a crossroads right to your right. You're going to see a small silhouette. Mirabella, perhaps? She seems rather short. Come over, she will say.
I usually don't follow strangers into the dark. Do we know you?
Do you know me? As will do with a more apparent Mirabella voice that you just heard.
Oh, it's you. It's you. Okay, sure. You. Okay, let's go. Sure.
It's our new friend.
As he enters a rather small destroyed house, Mirabella will look at you, standing there saying, well, I suppose it should be apparent that it sounds like a very villainous thing to say, but from all those on the table that you met, you should not trust anyone. That
Including you?
said, of course, including me. But that said, it doesn't mean that anyone here wants the mission to fail. They just want to take a biggest share of the pie in there. Don't believe that they just wanted what they said. Everyone wants more. But, much like them, I also as well want the mission to succeed. And even if you are strong and capable, you clearly don't have much experience with naval combat, so I thought I'd recommend this little thing here, as he hands over a small part of a scroll. It's an acquaintance of mine. He works in a weapons shop here on the Passage of the Dead, but he specializes in creating some very fine items, like ballistas, mangonels, even naval rams for the ships. That way, perhaps you might get what you want for your ship to be safe while you are on your mission underneath the seas. Consider it a gift as he starts walking away.
Oh.
I'm confused.
It's to arm the ship, Juniper. Thank you, Mirabelle.
No, is she saying we shouldn't hang with our new friends?
They are
She's
not our
saying that.
friends.
Yeah, so Juniper, they're not. I mean, I wouldn't say they're our friends. They're more like temporary
Acquaintances.
working acquaintances. They would probably stab us in the back the first chance that they got, and they probably wouldn't enjoy drinking with us. At least, actually, no, I
Oh.
think they'd enjoy drinking with some of us, but not all of us.
Mirabella will say as
Oh.
she leaves, as she stands at the door for a moment. And just as I said that you should not trust anyone, don't believe that you've fully earned my trust. Don't dare break it. For now.
You're getting that ring.
What?
No, don't worry about it. We'll get the ring's yours. We're not going to like pocket it or anything.
That just makes them more reliable, doesn't it?
Well, okay, well, she's a little weird, but that's good. I like her.
All
Yeah.
seems like weird.
Yeah, they're not our friends, Juniper. They wouldn't, well,
Oh.
you can consider them friends, but I don't think they'd consider us friends back. And they didn't seem to like each other very much anyway. They're just
Well,
greedy
that's
people.
okay.
Yeah.
Bob
Well-
didn't like me before, but now he does. So I'm sure we can make friends later.
True, but I don't think Locke at any point was like, going through his head trying to think of ways to screw you over or rob you. You know? These guys,
Oh.
thought probably occurs to them every once in a while.
So, but we expected that, right? That's what
Mhm.
Bray told us.
Yep,
So why did she say?
I don't know. I think she wants us to maybe be a little. I don't know. Maybe she really wants that ring, and so she wants this to succeed. All of the others also want this to succeed, but for different reasons. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them gets greedy and wants more than they asked for.
But that's perfect, right?
Is it?
I thought so. Because we know that they're dishonest and we can rely on them for being dishonest. Because if they were honest, we don't know what they would do if we got in there, right?
Not so much. If they were honest and we knew they were honest, we'd know they'd keep to their word. We don't, so we can
That's
plan.
not true.
Hmm?
If they're. We never I mean, you
Use your
remember,
words.
if they were honest, then we would have to be worried because we wouldn't know exactly what they would do in a bad predicament, you know?
Well,
Like,
we wouldn't.
they
We
could do
wouldn't know if they were.
anything.
We wouldn't
But
know if they were honest.
at least we know these guys are only in it for themselves. So if they go in it, we know exactly what they're gonna do. The minute we get overwhelmed, they're gonna run. So
Well, some
we
of
know
them might.
exactly what they're gonna do.
I think some of them might if they get overwhelmed. I think some of them won't.
Well, I'm just saying, they're probably more trustworthy than
Well,
someone who we.
I don't know. I think I don't think they're more trustworthy than someone we knew was honest. But the issue is, it's hard to know if someone is actually an honest person or not. It's a whole thing, though. But
Yeah.
you're right in that because we don't trust them, we can kind of plan for them stabbing us in the back or being greedy.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
this is easy because we don't want anything there other than Brennan's parents anyway. So if they want to
Oh.
be greedy,
They can.
yeah, they can. You know, they can work
Yeah.
that out between themselves. It won't impact us. You know.
So they're like friends.
Well,
Maybe she
I would-
just
I would
really
just-
does care and wanted us to have that much more of a chance.
she really wants that ring, so she wants us to succeed.
Well, what would make. I don't understand. My point was, I don't understand why she thought we wouldn't. Just because they're doing
the-
what they obviously would do?
I think she
Because
was
we know
just-
that.
She was just really hedging her bets in case we were naive. You know,
Oh, okay.
in the off chance that we didn't realize that we shouldn't trust anyone, she just reiterated it is all. And also, I think it was just a cover for her giving us the information for this weapon maker. You know, she didn't want to seem like she was too into us, so she started it with something like sinister and dark, like don't trust them all. No, she's probably got this stuff.
Nods.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm still gonna think about them as friends. At least we clarified the Bob thing.
Mm-hmm. So Vlad's fine with
And
being
you
Bob.
got one. Yeah.
I kind of put them all in my head because no one answered, and I kind of took that as a yes. So,
Well, we
Well, no,
told
they-
them to
they-
raise their hands and no one did, so I think that is an answer.
yeah,
Maybe
but they
yeah,
also didn't say no.
they didn't say no, so maybe they
Yeah.
all abstained, which means they might change their mind. Which is why we said, you know,
Yeah.
if you do change your mind, let Juniper know.
I feel like it's up in the air right now, so.
It very much isn't, but let's move on.
Well, we'd also, you know, we're probably not going to be near them, Juniper. You know, we'll be underwater in a cave and they'll be in ships, except for Vlad. He's coming with, apparently.
Just in case, I just wanted to make sure I was prepared for whatever's coming our way.
And honestly, Vlad said he's okay with it, but if he dies, he's going
Yeah.
to be brought back anyway, as, you know, Heg friend. So
Yeah.
kind of awkward.
So long as they're not, like, gonna get mad. We're good.
I don't think they'll care.
Okay. So then we're gonna we've got this weird thingy, and are we gonna build it in the time that we're waiting till we leave?
I don't know. I think we should go and visit. I mean, if it's a weapon for the ship, then you know that's good, right, Brennan? Is this something? You know, look over the stuff that Mirabella just gave us. What do you think?
Well, personally, I would love to one, but and he'll like reach his cloak out and like one of his pockets that like on the inside of his cloak, like turn it inside out and says, "But I have nothing I can use to afford it."
Well, you know, maybe it's free. Maybe you know. Yeah,
Nothing in this world is free,
we can
you
go
know.
Nesk at least. Well, no, but it's on Mirabella's recommendation, so I don't know. At least go and look.
Are we?
I would love to. But I just don't want to get my own hopes up. Don't want to taunt myself with something that I can't have, you know?
right. Just tell me and Ogvar what you want us to do during this time, and we'll try and help you and get whatever materials that needs to be get.
Well, right now, I mean, if we have 2 days, if we have to wait till tomorrow, um, we can, for lack of better words, just take it easy. We can go to the store that Mirabella recommends, but and just shop around after that. You just get basic supplies. Defenses in terms of more extra wood to maybe line the railings with shields, or I don't know. But for me, it's just making sure that we're all going to be okay. Get more potions, get more supplies.
Okay.
Just re-
Sounds good.
Potions and supplies, easy. We can do
How
that.
about
Yeah.
Juniper? You and I can go shop for some meat and some berries, and maybe we can make some pemmican just in case our food stores get damaged or something.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Right now, I'm just going to be working on getting the ship ready, and making sure that we have everything.
Well, Brennan, like, so in the 2 days, we're just gonna sail out to her, right? Is that the plan?
But I believe so.
And when we get out there, do we think that she's just gonna pop out of the water, or are we gonna, like, pause and then, like, go in the water and then go into her cave?
You have a point. Maybe I'll look at diving bells. Help us get down there deeper, faster, further.
Faster will be good. Less time in the water is better. For
Is her
like a
cave-
million
That's
reasons.
assuming if she has another underwater facility.
If she does, is it gonna be like the other one?
I wouldn't know, Jennifer. I know
She's a
just as
sea
much as you do.
fury.
If this
And
is
she likes.
if this is her lair, it is almost certain that she would be inside it, as it is where she is strongest.
Yeah. So I think, well, what we discussed in the council, what Nina put forward, was that these ships would be a distraction, and Belvrath said these ships will circle the layer, draw her out as much as they can, and while that's all happening, we go inside and kill the hag.
So
Um,
here,
but-
let's,
Will it be
let's quickly look at the map real quick, just to have an idea.
Nina, we're just expecting the cave to be like the cave that we were in, right?
We have no idea what it's like. We know there's evil grass, and we know
Yeah.
that she can manipulate the passageways.
It's
So
most
that-
likely underwater, if that's what you're asking. She said it was beyond a bit of seaweed, and there were some creatures guarding it.
Gigi, can we just look at the King of Tolls map real quick on the big screen?
I just wasn't sure if it was gonna be like the dryness that was in the other one, or if we were really gonna be
Well,
relying
Nina
on.
hopes- I really hope it's dry. Otherwise, it will be a real pain.
Yeah.
I mean, it might, if she has an undead army, right? Like, Locke, you've tried, like, you punch stuff underwater, right? Does that work real well? Cause like bobs and stuff, they're kind
Yeah.
of punchy. They kind of like headbutt stuff and throw themselves at things.
That's what I'm
does
a
that-
little worried about.
Well, if it's
I-
underwater, that'd be good for us if she has a bunch of bobs, evil bobs.
Yeah.
But
Well, if it's underwater and we're all next to water, then I can prepare myself for like using a lot of water in a fight, or should I prepare myself for like not water things? Like,
think we
would
should
say,
prepare for water.
yeah, I would say
Okay.
prepare for water. Because while it was all dry inside, that bit with all
Yeah.
the ruined stuff and where all the hags were was underwater, right? So I kind of feel like she likes being underwater. When that's her comfy place.
yeah.
It
Okay,
sucks for me, but we'll deal with it somehow. I guess.
we got it.
Uh, if you
So-
could get rid of water, that would be amazing. If you could do the thing you did in the arena where you like
Yeah.
parted, that would be like, that would really screw her up. I feel like, if she was
I-
in water and then she suddenly wasn't. But I don't know if you can.
I can sure try. I mean, it helps to kind of get an idea of what we're going to be working with as an area, because then I can prepare myself. Like if it was more plants, then I would be ready to use more plant ideas. But if we're really going to just be water and we're not going to be like
Maybe half and half, Juniper. There will probably be water, but there'll be a lot
Uh-huh.
of dry as well, I think. Because if she's using bobs, then she doesn't want them swimming around on the water. She wants them like in
Uh-huh.
caves, beating the shit out of us, or trying to.
okay.
I don't know that's remotely helpful, telling you to do both. I don't know if you can, but
I can. I just have to think of a list of ideas and things to back up with. That's all.
the wave thing you did might be good for like 100 different things.
That's what I was thinking. If we were in a situation where I could probably make a whirlpool of my own, or like if we were in the space that we were like last time, I could maybe make waves to pull their bobs away. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I don't know.
Distance
So-
between us and her bulbs is always going to benefit us.
Okay, so we're gonna sail out in 2 days, and we just need to be prepared for that because we're gonna be approaching her and expecting to dive while the other guys try to maintain anything else, and it's possibly in a fog.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Okay.
Locke, you talking about the whole punchy underwater stuff. How well does that like work for you? If she is like swimming around and being a total bitch, is that going to really screw it with us? No, because like kicking underwater and all kind of hard.
Yeah, it's not fucking